It's hot. Oh yeah, it's 80 degrees here, so it's probably 90 up there.
It's hot.
Okay, you clearly got a Russian. Say your name, please, because this is.
Angela.
Say it with the accent again.
Angela.
Oh shit, you are Russian. Oh shit.
I
Oh.
speak it at work.
Oh shit. Okay, so how you say your last name?
Mardega.
Well, so you say it with the accent. Okay, say it again. Say it again.
Mardega.
Wow, my nigga, goddamn.
Mardega. Mordyga.
Oh shit.
You got me fucked up.
Right now we got Angie Love here. I'm gonna have to go, Angie. You're gonna have to send me I got a picture for now, but if you was, I don't even know why they didn't have a picture of you on a thumbnail other than the clip that they did when you was in Bro's car. I guess he used that as, I guess Diallo used that as the thumbnail. Okay, so if you're joining in right now, we early with it because, you know what I'm saying, this is what I be telling a lot of people to do. And I knew there was something about you that I said, this woman gotta be from New York City, one way or another, because I tested her with a question and she didn't back down. I respect it. Now, if you remember, a lot of people love that video because they was able to see the transparency, but there was a lot of fucking abuse in there, and you know it. There was a lot of abuse in there, and
I
you
got
know
choked out once.
right now. If the thing you admitted that, right?
Once.
Now, right now, I ain't knock your hustle. You know, I didn't knock your hustle with the other shit. I didn't knock that at all. But I want us to continue with the question was now. Check it. Shout out to God of Scientists. We got another New Yorker here. What up, big bro? Salute. Now, listen, right? When Diallo was talking to you, if anybody remembers the woman that was in the car and she was talking about all the disrespect and abuse, and I picked up a little bit of, I'm going to be honest with you, I picked up a little bit of male worshiping. I did. I picked that up because there was something, when you asked the question, I'll let you know, but I picked up, I'm just giving you the layout of what I picked up. Now, these are the cons that I picked up throughout the whole thing, and there probably some more. I picked up that I got too many women around me that make excuses for males. They make excuses when a motherfucker ain't repping. Now, granted, you a Russian woman. To us living in New York City, we always give you a card because it's like, you grew up in the hood. So it's like, Russians grow up in Brooklyn. I don't care if that shit is Flatbush. I don't care if it's Bensonhurst. I don't care if that shit is East New York. I don't care if it's Brownsville. You know what I mean? There's a difference with a Russian that grew up in the hood versus a Russian that grew up in Texas or something like that. There's a difference. So I say all this to say, you were reminding us that your man that you was dealing with is not Russian. That's what we picked up, right?
Okay, so Russians don't abuse?
You right. No, Russians abuse, but I was picking up that whoever it is a man of color and she fucks with black men. Now
I do.
Okay.
That's the truth. I do. I never had a white boyfriend. As white as I ever got was Puerto Rican. I never had a white boyfriend. That's the truth.
Okay. How did I pick that up?
Because of what I said. I would more than like, I mean, the description kind of points in the direction of, based on where I come from, that the majority of people I live around are probably going to be of a different category. And unfortunately, I grew up with a mixture of people that were not the best people, and it's not because of their culture or their race or their color. It's just when you have poor finances in a bad neighborhood, you will get the same result with everybody. There's no difference. There's no difference. You could be any religion or culture and be brought up in the hood. You will have the same results. How you determine your life is your responsibility, though.
Right.
That's why I'm not there right now.
Well, you got out of there.
Yeah,
okay, hold on. Damn. Give me a minute. I'll call you right back. Oh, it's under the pillow. Under the pillow on the couch. All right. So I want people. So what do we call you for short, Angie? Because I ain't know. She said, "Why were you trauma dumping on him, laughing about? I felt you." Come on, Tiff. You gotta be Tiff. Apparently, you don't have a blue wrench, so you got to be one of her peoples. Because can we do what we do first, Tiff? Can we? She didn't even ask the question yet, Tiff. Do you know Tiff?
No.
You don't?
No.
Straight up. Okay. So let me just read this comment because she going in early. Tiff's like, why were you trauma dumping on him and laughing about it? I felt sorry you went through that. Oh, okay. No. She says, why you were trauma dumping. Sorry, Tiff. I read that wrong. My apologies. I apologize. Let me read it the way she said it. Tiff, this is to you. Excuse me, Angie, this is to you. So I'm going to stay out of that one. The question clearly is to you. So can you answer that?
It says, why were you trauma dumping on him and laughing about it? Trauma dumping, I don't even know what that fucking means, to be honest. And second of all, I felt sorry you went through that. And I think any woman that gets choked out should have some sort of sympathy. Absolutely. Yeah, it wasn't about trauma dumping on him. I think that, unfortunately, no matter what the circumstances, you shouldn't put your hands on nobody. Like I said, it's not like I hit him. I'm a provoker. But at the end of the day, I never hit him. So regardless of that matter, you should never choke somebody out. Like, that's not okay, period. It's not about trauma dumping on nobody. It's not about, even if I was the abuser or the provoker, it doesn't make the difference. As a man, you can leave. You choose to stay. You could leave. No one ever told you to stay and do anything. So I don't think I'm trauma dumping. I think that I'm holding my ground down. Like, and I'm not defending nobody. Like, but I am a provoker and I am an abuser. I am an abuser. That was the first time we got physical, but I am an abuser, typically in all my relationships. I wouldn't say I'm the bitch that gets hit, nor do I worship guys. As a matter of fact, I'll replace anybody.
She thinks that she wasn't on a date with Diallo. She thinks that she was on a date.
Yeah, I'm not on a date with Diallo. As a matter of fact, I really can't stand him right now because he edited and chopped out a lot of stuff. And I feel like all the praise that you gave him really was for nothing because he chopped out the main section of what's the most important to me. He said that I fucked for bread. That's not true. Never did I fuck for bread. That was a huge misunderstanding.
No, you said that you cleared that up.
I specifically said what I did.
No, you did.
That was my job. But the way that the video went, it was pushing in the direction of making me look like a bitch that uses her pussy. Like you said specifically that bitches use pussy just to easy as well.
Let's get to me. Shout out to Tiff, we're going to need you to answer some questions. Well, I apologize again. That question wasn't for me. It was for you. Diallo wasn't her date. She was doing an interview for him. Let's start off with the first question first so people could get familiar with what's going on. Everybody wants to hear. They say they're interested. Okay, so go ahead and start with the question we talked about before we went live.
Start with being an abuser?
Yeah.
Or you wanting somebody dead because somebody got hit?
No, okay. Well, to bring the comment up.
So 8 minutes and 43 seconds into the first 20-minute video that you dropped, you said that somebody should be, people from the hood, if they know somebody like that, then they would have been clapped his shit, in other words. My issue with that is that's the problem with the hood, is that we result to that. Like, why would you expect for your family to go after your... that's your problem. That's your situation. Male or female, it's your fucking problem. It's no one else's. It's absolutely no one's problem to drag somebody into your situation because no one knows your situation. So I can be dragging anybody in. And what if I'm wrong? So you're fighting for the wrong cause. This is why you don't just drop anybody into the conversation. You don't just drop it. Like, you wouldn't kill somebody because you just don't know the situation. And at the end of the day, love is going to be love and relationships are going to be relationships. So you can fight one day and they'll get back together the next. This is why you mind your business. And under all circumstances, and the hood has a bad problem with not minding their business. They always want to intervene in other people's relationships. And that's the issue right then and there. So I disagree. I don't think that he should have died from that. I think that's a little bit much. Then you said that he's a hood little dirtbag. And that was 9 minutes and 40. And I just feel like you were really belittling just the Black community overall, the way you spoke on just how you categorize things, I felt like it was very belittling to the Black community. Because now that you know that I'm the abuser, what do you say about that? This little hood piece of shit dirtbag that you talked about, and you said that he should die and I worship him and all this other shit. I just feel like, okay, so considering now that I'm the abuser, what do you have to say about that?
Well, what do you mean you're an abuser?
And every single one of my relations, I have busted lips, broken noses, sprained ankles. I have done my part of dirt on men.
For a man?
For a man
He
that I'm with, that stays with me, and I continue to do this to him.
I love that.
You can say you love that, but it's the exact opposite of what was said in the video. I feel like I try to make you look like a victim of abuse when I'm actually the abuser.
All right, so let me ask you this, right? Are you still with this man?
No, after he had put his hands on me, that's it. I don't play that game, and that's the problem. But y'all made it seem like I stayed with him, and this was an ongoing problem.
Let me explain something to you. Herkimer and Nostrand Avenue, 2012. My cousin had an argument with this girl. Right? You know what hospital's near there, right? You know Kings County's down the block.
Oh, that's Kings County, yeah.
Okay. Not Brookdale, because you lived close to the Brookdale before.
I live
right?
Yeah, I live right next to Brookdale, but
right.
Kings County first now. That's by
Let me just give you a layout on my Brooklyn family. My cousin was in there playing a lotto ticket. Had a little issue, some words with this chick. She went up and called her brother. He ain't even hit her. He went up and called her brother. The brother came downstairs, went back upstairs because he seen my cousin. He was nothing to fuck with. He went back upstairs, got the hammer, and sprayed him and tore his ass up and murdered him. My cousin's trying to get to the hospital, to Kings County, crashes into a tree on Herkimer, never made it because when he turned, the one bullet went under and hit his heart. Now, that's because that was that man's sister. She went upstairs and said, yo, this motherfucker disrespecting me. He seen that the nigga was nothing to fuck with. He gets downstairs. You notice there was a mode of you saying, hey, this dude choked me out. And you laughed about it, right? You laughed, did you? I didn't think it was funny. I said, how in the fuck you from the streets and this motherfucker's still living? There's a lot of niggas that's just one example. I know a lot of niggas that's dead because they put their hand on the wrong fucking woman. My cousin, so I'm not condoning. I'm saying, how is this possible that you with a man that choked you out? Shout out to my cousin Drama. Shout out to my cousin. I love you. Listen to me. I want to know from a man, not a man. You dealing with a man, and you know that. And I showed you a lot of love in that damn video. You know I did. Because I was offended because I said, listen, how is this possible? And you know what? You did what a lot of females tend to do when there's a mode of protecting them. Well, we both fought. I'm like, no matter what you do to a man, there's a reason why. In most cases, he hit you, no reason to put his hand on a woman.
See, I disagree. And I think that that's the biggest problem I ever had. That's another big problem that I had with the video, right? You remember the 8-ball jacket? What was the story behind the 8-ball jacket? The guy that wore the 8-ball jacket. Anybody remember the 8-ball jacket? What that 8-ball jacket is famous for today?
Oh,
Does anybody remember about beating that bitch up on the train?
Remember, a lot of people here are not from New York, though.
All right, so let me break it down. There was this guy in the 8-ball jacket, like 6 feet tall, got on the train with the female. Female started fucking him up. He was trying to push her away. He was trying to stop her. He kept telling her, leave me alone, leave me alone. He did take her to court and win because she was the aggressor. So in that case, I don't agree with that. He was an 8-ball jacket. He was but he won that court case because you can't say that to a man. A man shouldn't have to just take in anything. I disagree. I feel like even though I know that,
self-defense though.
Huh?
He got away with that because it was self-defense. She hit him first. Yeah, but I got in his face first.
She hit him. And I'm bipolar, and I think that's another bracket that we're missing in this conversation. I'm bipolar.
Listen, we got Bob. Listen, half of the people in the United States is bipolar. They're just not on medication.
I am on medication. That's the difference.
Right.
So dealing with somebody like me, I can get very hostile, and I can get very dangerous, especially if I'm not medicated. I didn't take my shit last night. I had to take it this morning because I was upset about this fucking conversation this whole day because I dwell as a bipolar person. And I thought that was a huge conversation that was missing out of both videos, out of all y'all videos, both you and his, y'all never spoke on mental health. Y'all never even touched on it. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. And even though I made it so clear how evident it is to my family, no one has taken into consideration who I am as a bipolar person. As a bipolar person, I am aggressive. He said it was weird, Diallo, that I think is that I shouldn't, because I told him that I wanted to live separately with my partner, and he's calling it weird, right? That's a neglect to the idea of that I'm bipolar. It's not weird. It's actually very normal. Because at the end of the day, if I feel like I can't control my temper, one, I shouldn't be in a relationship, which is why I'm not. Two, if that's going to be a problem, then you should have your own space. And it's just a respect out of my mental illness. I need space. I get upset. You need to leave. Period. Don't be in my face. Stay out my way. You can go in the room. You can go in the staircase. You can go outside real quick. You can come back later. I don't stay mad for long. But in that time frame, I become a very dangerous person.
Diallo asked you why did he choke you out? Because you said
okay, let's talk about that. And I said this in the video too. His friend got stabbed 7 times. We are talking about somebody from the hood who has his love and heart in the hood, right? This is a typical hood guy who loves the hood. Now imagine his big dog gets shot. His friend got stabbed 7 times. Was in the hospital. Seeing his friend bleed out. Have to take him to the hospital. A lot of situations have happened for him before pulling up to my house, which is why I pulled him from that. Because I'm like, yo, every time I send you back to New York City, you come back, you either fall, you got blood, like it's just like too much. Just stay here, be safe. Get on your feet, get the fuck out. Not to be with you, not to love you, but I see in what life, your direction, I see where your life is going.
She's upstate New York. She's upstate New York right now. She basically was saying she's in Rochester, New York. So she was trying to keep him away from the problems, not to go to the city because is what I hate to tell you this. Rochester ain't no walk in the park either.
If you stay home, it is.
I mean, if you stay home anywhere it is. If you stay at home anywhere it is.
But I work remote.
Okay, but you don't know nobody up there?
No, I don't want to know nobody out there. Every time I try, they weird as fuck. That's why you're right. They ain't no walking in the park, which is why I don't go outside. I stay in my 4 bedrooms.
I've been up in Rochester. That shit is no walking.
That shit is a slum. Everywhere you go, even the good neighborhoods is still kind of slummy. Like good neighborhoods, nice houses, but the people suck. Like it is what it is. They're not nice people here. They're weird.
Let me ask you this. You said you was the abuser, and you asked the people off camera, would I have a problem with you being the abuser? Now everybody already knows me having a woman put a foot in a man's ass. I'm all for that. If you could control a man, that's my thing though. I like that. I personally like when I see a woman got control over. Oh, we losing her.
You lost me. I'm back. Somebody called me. My bad.
That's all right. I personally like that because my thing is, if a woman's gonna be with a man that's abusing her, I'd rather see you abuse him.
I do. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. I got the wrong bitch. Like, I feel like that whole video that y'all made, all the feedback, I feel like y'all had manipulated. Like, I wouldn't say you manipulated because you had a piece of work to work with, right? Now, in that piece of work that you had to work with, those questions were very manipulative. That was another problem that I had. They were manipulating me to answer certain questions that led to certain answers to make me look a certain way. The whole video went down that way.
Tell the people who you're talking about. Let them know because they don't know.
Diallo, the guy that made New York City podcast, Everything Podcast, he had really edited the video to the point where he manipulated the questions. And even that's the worst kind of YouTuber you can have is somebody who will manipulate the outcome, right? Because you made it seem like I was a victim. You made it seem like I'm this whore who chose to fuck for bread, which I was sucking, and it was not the way it looks. Even when I go into details further on today, you're going to hear what I say, and it's going to be very different from what it looked like. And for me, the whole issue is like, you manipulated the outcome. You manipulated the judgment. That's why you had the kind of reviews that you put out. You manipulated it.
Weak in there?
Huh?
He made you look weak in there, you think?
He made me look like a weak ass, dumb ass bitch that was a victim that chooses pretty boys and that I have just made me look all around dumb. And it was the way he manipulated the questions. There was no space to give me any kind of glory. There was no space to give me a pat on the back. It was all manipulated to make me look a kind of way.
Shout out to Eric Bond. Hold on. Shout out to Eric Bond. Goddamn. All right. If you're just joining in, we got Angie. We got Angie Love here. We transparent. We got our emotions in the level, so don't take nothing personal. She's not new to this. She did YouTube before. but she didn't do it. I was under the impression. I'm gonna tell you the impression. Video. This is the impression. You said the impression you think we got. The impression that we got was, number one, this was a single mother that's not black but grew up in the hood, because we always think a single mother is a black woman with multiple children. We don't realize that a non-black woman, a Russian woman at that, a foreign, right? You know, and I know, as a foreign woman that grew up in the hood, you know black men are attracted to you. And you know you fuck with niggas. I know you do. Because you can tell. And like you said, the lightest type of person you would have dealt with, you couldn't tell me that you deal with a whole bunch of Russian men or had Russian boyfriends. No. Right. No. Okay. So the fact that you do that as a black man, I already know what the narrative is going to be. So it's either going to be left or right. Your situation, the impression I got, I didn't pick up that you was a hoe. I didn't pick up that you was a hoe. I picked up your circumstances pushed you, because you did tell them you did the escort thing. You said that yourself.
And I'll explain that too. I'm going to explain that in some more details.
Right, but even here on this channel, the channel, in this university, I even tell my woman, listen, I'm not condoning you telling her to go to prostitution, escorting, chase niggas for money, but nothing should be free. I do say that. So I'm not going to back on. I do say that, and they know, every woman here that's listening, the people that's here listening, I push that all the time. Don't fuck with these fucking broke bastards and they ain't paying for nothing. Let them pay a bill. Let them niggas pay half the rent, a quarter of this, phone, something. You know what I mean? It should be an exchange. You're giving them pussy. So you said that you was escorting, but there were all 5 ex-boyfriends and you was just tossing that around. I'm like, all right, as long as they was looking out for her, then it was an escort. But if she just fucking all 5 of her ex-boyfriends, that's not escorting, because you're not getting compensated.
No, I didn't compensated. Okay, so now check this out, right? So first of all, I never fucked for bread. That's number one. I never fucked for bread. I always had opportunities. And then you have also stated sometime in the video that I had to be fucking mad guys. This is what you said. I had to be fucking mad guys because I was promoting it on Facebook and Instagram. Those are your words.
Facebook and Instagram.
That's what you said. Because when he asked me how did I promote, I said Facebook and Instagram. You went ahead and said, well, I know you was fucking mad guys outside of the circle of 5 because I promoted it. That's incorrect as well. And this is what I'm saying. It's like, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying your points of view were ever wrong. I just really think I got the wrong bitch. Like, I feel like I understand if I was the DV situation where I allowed these tragic men into my life. Most of my exes, supervisors, construction workers, supervisors, managers. None of my exes have ever been sick.
Is junkies. You know they are. Construction workers is junkies and alcoholics. Come on now.
Yeah, but they make bread if you find the right guys. But they're still good people. You can't say that. Like, you really can't say that they're junkies and alcoholics.
This is what you got to understand. See, this is what you got to understand at this platform. I'm not pro-male. I'm pro-woman. I'm already you know what I'm saying? So I got to separate clown motherfuckers from official niggas.
Right.
I'm not saying me and Donato's best friends, but I didn't know he edited that. I didn't know that. I thought y'all just went straight through with that.
No.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He edited that out. I had a whole session on how I sucked dick and what people used to do while I sucked dick. And I gave man experience. He chopped that whole shit out. He chopped that whole shit out and just left it as, oh, you had 20. The only part you found in that video where it was kind of made sense, he said, oh, 20. The only part that he cut it out from and left it at was you had 25 minutes to your expense. That's the only time I really touched on my sex. But I had a whole session with him where I told him where niggas would take drugs to remain high during sessions so their dick stayed harder, so I can just suck dick straight for 25 minutes.
Whoa, what?
This is real shit.
Back that up.
He cut that out. He cut that out the video.
Wait, hold on. Somebody just said true. Initial plan said true. I work with them daily. What did you say about the for this shit to stand up? What? Say it again?
They used to take Percocets to keep their dick hard, so then that way during my sessions there'll be no stopping, and it's just 25 minutes straight fucking dick massage with my mouth. This is what I had to do it. Yeah, they would purposely take Percocets, and I had to ban it because that's how bad it got. It was like, y'all niggas is bugging. Like, if y'all want blowjobs, Y'all gonna have to come sober. No alcohol, no drugs. Because y'all niggas is doing the most. I'm not gonna be sucking dick for 25 minutes straight because you want to pop 2 perkies, keep your dick hard. And this is what I'm saying. These are different struggles that I had to not fuck for bread. I was dealing with other shit for
Diallo,
sucking dick. But
yo, hold on. Hold on. Listen, again, we didn't hear that. But listen.
that was in this video. He chopped it out. He manipulated the whole conversation. You know how pissed I am right now? You manipulated the whole shit, Diallo. And I trusted you, bro. You manipulated the whole situation, bro. I trusted you, son. You manipulated every single question, every single image.
Diallo, listen, this is the deal with Diallo. He don't even he blinks out curses. I don't. He blinks out curses. So he probably took that out because maybe it was too graphic.
But that's the truth, and you can't cut it out of my interview. Then that's the case, and don't interview him and ask me those questions. Because then what are you asking me those questions to find out the answer for your personal knowledge?
Well, that's probably
Listen, I didn't come on this podcast for gossip and tea. I came for testimony. I came to speak my piece. I came to support his channel, and then he just completely manipulates me to look like a scumbag. And it's like, first of all, I'm the abuser. First of all, I've never been hit before. I got choked that first time I left him. I haven't spoke to him since that video. Haven't spoke to him since. The other guy that finally hit me back after me fucking giving him my bloody noses and bloody lips, that nigga punched me in my ribs.
I thought y'all was still together though. You said something in the video.
No, we have not fucked with my ex that choked me out. This is what I'm saying. There's an impression that I stayed with him. Once he choked me out, I never spoke to him again. After those 3 days during the podcast, I was not in contact with him. Moving forward, I did not stay in contact. This is what I'm saying. I'm not that bitch that stays with people that hits her. That video makes me look like I stay with people that hit me. That is not the case. That is what it made me look like. That's not the truth.
With me judging that, apparently I was against it. So my whole thing is, I done lost 2 family members, 2 homies from fucking with the wrong sister. Right? My question is that I could be wrong, but I may have to bring the video back. From what I remember, I could have sworn you gave the impression that this dude choked you out and this is what y'all do. It wasn't no big shit. He just got mad. He was having a bad.
What I said specifically was that we never fought before. And this is my second time living with him. This is not the first time living with him. This is the second time living. He has never put his hands on me. The most I ever did was break his TV and destroy everything in the fucking room. But we have never fought. We have never been physical, not pushing, no shoving, no nothing. That was the first time, and that's because his friend got stabbed. I'm not justifying it, but understanding his situation and his circumstances and considering the A-ball story, you got to take men's feeling into consideration. You cannot push and poke and expect no feedback. You can't do that.
Now, let me explain the repercussions. First and foremost, if a woman smacks me, I'm not punching her in the face.
Yeah, it's not okay. But as a woman, it's not okay for us to do it.
My ex-girlfriend tried to hit me with a belt. I restrained the fuck out of her. I was on a cruise. They tried to leave me in Jamaica. She took the belt buckle, tried to hit me with the shit, swinging the shit on me. And I restrained the fuck out of her. I never hit her.
Right.
And no, hold on. It gets better. When I told them I wanted a different room, they're like, listen, we may have to arrest you because she got a mark on her neck. I said, I restrained her. I never tried to choke. The reality is that she obviously was like, nah, it was all good because she knew I never put my hand, I restrained her from hitting me.
Right.
And even at that heat of the moment, I've been in several situations. For me to hit a woman, it has to be something beyond her.
Yeah, but you gotta consider other people's strength, their capabilities. You gotta consider their weight and size. I'm very intimidating. I'm 5'3", but I hold heat.
Yeah, I
intimidate a lot of people, and that's the truth. I intimidate so many people. That's why a lot of people are scared to confront me on topics. They're scared to talk to me, let alone try to live with me and try to fight me. Like, that don't really happen too much for me because I'm very intimidating, and that's because I'm bipolar. I do have a raging attitude. Like, that's just my attitude. Even with medication, it doesn't dumb it down. Like, it controls the irrational thoughts, but I'm still bipolar.
Does bipolar mean you crazy? Straight up, tell me.
No, bipolar means you have an up and down in emotion. So, for example, we go up and down with our medication. We have nightmares. We either can stay up all night. You can become schizophrenic by not taking care of your bipolar. It's like I just go up and down. So one minute I could be all ready for the world, the next minute I'm down and depressed and I want to kill myself. Like these are just regular thoughts. With the medication, it suppresses it, but it doesn't change my dwelling. That dwelling doesn't leave. This interview has bothered me since since you dropped it. I've been bothered because I'm like, this is the wrong impression. This is the wrong person you're talking about. I don't think I'm the person that you're making me out to be. Like, I'm not saying that I deserve to get choked out. I'm saying that I can understand to get choked out.
So can you understand my response?
I understand why you're saying that, but even with that being said, you would have to know how bad I get to really give your response respect, because you don't know how bad I can get. You don't know how much I can provoke.
There you go again. You saying, did you deserve that?
I don't know. Absolutely not. I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that, and it's not acceptable. It's not
so excused.
That's why I don't talk to him.
Right. So if you didn't deserve it, what's the problem?
The problem is that I'm not this person that goes back to an abuser. This is not an ongoing abuse. This is the first time. And I feel like that one time that I spoke on my one main situation, people really ran with it. And like now all of a sudden I got this DV case. Everything is titled DV. What's DV? DV is being beaten, staying. That's a DV relationship.
What does that mean? What is DV? What is that? Tell them.
Domestic violence.
Okay. They don't know. They don't know how the slang that we use here.
Yeah, it's domestic violence. DV is domestic violence relationship. I never had a domestic violence relationship. If I did, I was the abuser. In the situation where I got choked out, I was actually the abuser.
What's his thing? I'm having a hard time. What's his thing again? I got to pull something up. What's his jump off again? What's
Everything New York City podcast? What?
Oh, everything in this range. I knew something was missing. Everything NY podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you had a problem with me. What's the next thing?
Okay, so I got some more things that I got a problem with. Hold on, let me get down to it.
I'm looking for this.
We went over the worshiping hands on women. We went over that. We won't do it. Hold on, doesn't matter. I can't even see. And I was so pissed when I wrote this. I was working, so I barely had time. Hold on. You called him a black loser. I disagree. I don't think he's a black loser. I feel like calling. And that's the thing. I want to talk to you about the definition of loser. What is a loser?
What is he?
He's black, but he's Haitian. What is a loser?
That got nothing to do with he's Haitian. He's not a man.
Okay, he's not a man, and I agree with that.
So that's a loser.
Okay, so that's a loser. So what is your definition as a loser? Let's get into it. Be specific.
A male that's not a man. That's what a loser is. He's worthless.
So, okay, so when you had it started off your hour and 30-minute session talking about what you started talking about, I have some questions regarding who you calling a loser. Because it seems like you were trying to call me a loser because you were saying you could be a loser and not even know it.
I didn't say that. I would never say that.
All right. So we're going back up. I got more.
It's not an anti-woman site. Go ahead.
I got more. Hold on. I can't see because it's man dark in here.
You better put some glasses on, God.
Oh, you said that I chased looks. You said that I chased looks. Let's get into the looks. Bullshit. Once again, I call it because I don't chase good looks. Let me explain something to you. All my exes ugly as fuck. All of them.
She lost the thing. Hold on. Damn, I'm tight. I got a show. Come back in. God damn, I'm fucking looking for this nigga shit. I can't find it. He left a comment and I can't find it. Oh, okay. Hold on. I got to pull the video up. Hold up, Angie. Hold on. Damn, I can't pull this nigga shit up. This shit is crazy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, okay, I got it. All right, so go ahead.
So, what was I saying? Shit, I forgot. I got a bad memory. So you said that I chase after men and good looks. That was another idea, that women chase after men with good looks.
You're male worshiping now.
Hold on, because you said that I chase men with good looks. Now, let me tell you something. Every single guy I've dated has been ugly. And there's a reason why I chose ugly men. It's not because I didn't have good candidates in my DMs. It's because I realized that good-looking men weren't shit. But I never really gave them a chance. I always just knew that. I'm like, good-looking men always is worse than ugly guys. You're better off dating an ugly nigga because he's probably going to have a better outcome.
Women always fuck with ugly niggas because they make them feel more superior because they build their self-esteem. I said that. I did a video.
So considering that that was the first guy I dated intentionally for good looks, to have that kind of outcome, I wouldn't put that as a label of who I date. Right? That was the first guy I actually intentionally chased because he looked good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I intentionally chased him because he looked good, and that was my outcome with him. But that's not to speak on my past experiences. I don't chase good-looking men. I never do. As a matter of fact,
why not? Tell them why. Tell them why.
Why don't I chase good-looking men? Because a lot of them have problems that are a little bit worse than those that are ugly. Like sometimes men just can't seem to settle down when they're cute. They always feel to need to be entertained in some kind of way. I mean, Jason, but the one that told me, said that he can't settle down because he needs a bitch every other day. Like he needs a new one. It's entertaining for him. He likes baddies. This is his concept on life. And a lot of good-looking guys have the same concept.
No,
you can't settle down with that.
Well, that's a man's nature, darling.
I mean, it is, but not every.
That's a man's nature, and if he ain't living like that, it's because he can't. It's his
because he's ugly, right? Nature. That's true.
No, male, ugly or not, ugly or not, it don't matter. That's his nature. If he an ugly motherfucker or a good looking dude, it ain't gonna matter. So I
learned. You know, all my life I tried ugly.
Yeah. See, listen. Dude, they just said this. Why are you even going hard for this fucking bum? Look. See, somebody just asked that.
It's not about me going hard for him. It's not. That's what I'm trying to say. This has nothing to do with him. I don't talk to him. Y'all can look at it like that. I can understand why it looks.
When did everything start happening? All of the domestic violence.
No, it was never a domestic violence relationship. His friend got stabbed. He was tight. I yoked him. I got to trigger him. Before you know it, I was on his side, bro.
No, I'm talking about like when you first met him. Like when did you start seeing signs? Like how long were y'all together?
It was never signs, bro. He just had a bad day. I guess this was the first time in 3 years he had a bad day like that. I can't say it was ongoing. It's not like
you protected him. You protecting this fucking loser.
I'm not protecting him. I'm telling you the truth. What the truth is, like
you saying he was having a bad day. Now I didn't get no impression you left him. Let me see if you said it here.
I left him.
We don't argue.
Let me see.
We argue through text because we can't talk to each other. We cannot.
I did.
We'll fight. So that's why we text. You know, this is a toxic relationship. Everybody has one.
And this was the first time this ever happened.
This is the first time, but this is going to be the last time. Because
this is going to be the last time. And it was the last time.
The last time
no contact with him.
Let me see the last time he put his hands on you. Okay, hold on.
The last time he put his hands on me was the last time I seen him.
Hold on. Let me hear what you said. Hold on.
You know, it's not like I hit him. You understand? Like, it's not like I was like, and then he was like, I can't do nothing about this bitch. I'm going to kill her. Feel me? But in this case, it was just like, I pushed you, bro. It was never that serious. Like, it really was never that serious.
And all this happened because he was mad about something else.
Oh, I told him to get out, and he called me a bitch. I told him to get out. He was tight. He said, you're pointing to me my bitch. And I was like, all right, get the fuck out of my house. And then I pushed him, and I had my hand in his face and all that crazy shit. And, you know, that was yoked the fuck up against the wall.
How long were y'all together? Like, what year did y'all meet? You say you met on Facebook?
2020 some shit, I think. Because it's 23 now, 4, right? I don't know.
So y'all for 3 years?
Yes. Not together. I'm just talking to him as a friend. We don't.
Yeah, so you said you were with him as a friend. Y'all don't fuck. You just said it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that was when he choked me out when we were friends. That's what I'm saying. When he choked me out, he was already living in my house. He was already here. He already did it. Once I did that podcast, I got on his podcast 3 days after my migraines. Literally made me I probably still wasn't feeling good that day. Like literally just walked into the podcast, but till that day, I have not spoke to him. I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now.
All right, so you haven't spoke to him since.
No.
Okay, hold on.
I have no contact with him. Not at all. This is not a DV situation. I keep telling y'all that.
Hold on one second. Hold on. It is actually a DV situation. Hold on.
You have a kid though?
No.
Yeah, no?
I had an abortion last year. That's what this happened.
Oh my goodness. Jesus.
It gets worse and worse, right?
So who did you said you have a son?
He manipulated right here.
How old is your son?
He's 9.
And who did you have the son with?
He manipulated her right there again.
He want to know, did you have a son with this nigga?
No. What he was trying to know is why you staying with a nigga that you don't have a kid with. That's what he wanted to know. That was the manipulation right there. Why you staying a kid? See, now that's another problem I got. The abortion comment. You said regardless of whether or not you have an abortion with somebody's kid, if the kid's not there, then it shouldn't matter. I disagree. And you can't judge and you can't tell a woman how to feel.
Wait, hold on.
That's the huge problem that I got. That's what you said. You said that just because.
Let me ask you this. How the fuck if a nigga asks you who's the father to your kid, where's the manipulation?
The manipulation is who the fuck was talking about anything about like my kid? You brought my kid up. We wasn't even talking about that. You just want to know because you want to know the difference between why you staying with him.
Angie,
that's what he wanted to know. Why you staying with a nigga that's not your baby daddy?
Angie, if you got choked out, he wants to know where in the fuck is the kids? Because obviously, if he choked you out and he's the father of the kid, he's coming back. That's why he's asking that. There was nothing wrong with that.
I disagree because I already made it. I know Diallo. Like I spoke to. First of all, Diallo knew I got choked out before that interview.
I didn't pick that up.
Diallo knew I got choked out before that interview. Diallo knew a lot of my situations before the interview. Everything that he appeared to be shocked about, he already knew.
Let me see. Hold on.
It was manipulated. I mean, you can say how you want, but that shit is all manipulated.
Well, we grew up together. We grew up together. You know, we both worked together in South City. I met him for one of my boys, Jeremy. We was together for about 3 to 4 years. Then we split because he ended up.
So you just cheated one time.
Okay, let's talk about my baby daddy. Pause it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You want to know about my baby daddy? Now
who is the baby's daddy? I want to know who's the baby.
Let's talk about my baby daddy. Now you said I need that. The reason why I shouldn't like. You made it seem like the reason. Okay, first of all, my baby daddy is gay. Period. I don't need to go on here and say what I know, what I seen, what I know. What I know is what I know. I'm not here to blast his shit fully, but all I'm gonna say is the basic information that I know is that it's proven that this motherfucker is either gay or bisexual. That's his option. I know he still fucks with females, so I'm gonna say bisexual because if guys is in the equation. And it's been proven that they're in the equation. You're only left for me to think you're bi or you're covering it by being straight.
You already said he's gay. Did he fuck niggas or get fucked?
I feel like he's gay. I don't think there's no such thing as bi. I feel like once you like dick, you like dick. That's really how I feel.
You got proof that he sucks dick?
I got proof that there was pictures and videos that he did some gay shit.
Okay, so the impression you gave me, you was calling him gay on the show, like he was gay as if.
No, I have proof that he's gay. I didn't come over here to drag him for no reason. I have proof that he's gay. I just didn't bring it onto the channel. It's not nobody's business, really.
Ain't no drag if you saying the nigga's gay. If he gay, he gay. Ain't no drag.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when I said that he was gay, you were like, "Oh, a lot of girls do that when they get mad. You need more proof than that, mama." I don't need more proof. Why do I need more proof to prove?
You gave more proof. You gave more proof here because
I had to. Because now look where it has brought me to. Like.
Yeah, but if you didn't give no proof, you can't just be calling no motherfucking gay.
But I didn't. I never did. At no point did I lie. At any point did I give off the impression of being a liar. So why question that one thing that I already said? It's like everything else is true, but I'm gonna lie about that.
Hold on, listen.
Keep going.
It has to be.
So you had a baby with bisexual man?
I ain't know he's bisexual.
Manipulated it, making me look bad. Like I said, so you had a baby bisexual, and then he lied. But you manipulating the whole image.
Let him talk. He ain't manipulate shit. Hold on. Let you finish. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
He's gay now.
He's bisexual?
It has to be.
So you had a baby with bisexual man?
I ain't know he's bisexual when I had a baby with him. I mean, y'all always thought he was bisexual because, like, you ever seen like a guy that's always on somebody's dick?
You just basically say he was gay because he's a dick rider. That wasn't enough.
No, that was what I knew before I found out. That was always my outlook on him. Like, I think he's gay, bro. Something about him was just gay to me. And then I felt like what I found out by his family, friends, cousins, niggas, like it was just like, damn, like you're really gay, my nigga. Like this is embarrassing. Like
he fucks niggas.
He fucks niggas, bro. He got booty shots, all that, nigga. He's gay, my nigga.
You didn't say that shit on Diallo show. You ain't saying.
He never asked. He never cared to dig other than what we want. That's what I'm saying. He never cared to dig other than what he wanted to manipulate.
Hold on. You went around it. Hold on. Look what you did. You went around this shit. Watch.
That'd be baby father.
Oh my God. Where did you meet this one at?
I met him. Well, we grew up together. We grew up together. You know, we both worked together in South City. I met him for one of my boys, Jeremy. We were together for about 3 to 4 years. Then we split because he ended up.
So you just cheated one time and that was it?
No, you mean, he's gay now.
He's bisexual?
It has to be.
You was about to get into it, but you didn't. But go ahead.
But you see, I try not.
Baby with bisexual?
I don't try to throw niggas their name in the mud.
Let me ask you something. When you told him the nigga,
and I'm mad that it was questioned because I didn't lie.
When you told him the nigga was gay, right? Did you catch yourself and then try to flip the story because he called him a dick rider? Because I felt that you tried to dumb it down.
I tried to escape the truth by calling him a dick rider. I tried to escape
cool.
it. Yeah, I didn't want to expose him.
At least you admitted that. All right. Okay, that's all.
I got cool because I didn't want to expose him. I just knew he was a dick rider. Like,
okay.
Oh no.
I respect that. I respect. So you did. Okay, you admitted that. Okay.
No.
So,
I forgot him.
How did I make that look bad when you just cleared it up just now? Now we know. I ain't even going any.
But that's the whole point. That's why I came on here to clear shit up. Because first of all, I'm not a victim of abuse. First of all, I've always been an abuser. Now I can say I'm a victim of DV because he choked me. That's an extent that is unexplainable.
Okay,
right? I can honestly say I had a DV situation. I wouldn't call it a DV relationship because a DV relationship is ongoing. You are relating to this person every day on the same type of common ground, getting your ass whooped. And you stay with him and you fall into the love words.
Wait, hold on. It was a DV charge, right?
I never press charge. I never did any of that. But that's not to say I never press charges on other niggas.
If the cops had came and locked them up, what would their charge have been?
Metro, I don't know. He went to jail for a long time because that nigga almost killed me.
Okay. All right. So you do
it. He almost killed me. Like, he literally almost killed me. I can honestly say that nigga was ODing and I don't forgive him. That's why he's not around. And it just feels like y'all made me look like this is somebody that I'll just accept it with an apology. Like, y'all niggas have no idea that's not how I run. First of all, I'll hit you as many times as I want. You put your fucking hands on me, you out through the door, nigga. Immediately.
I mean, I never denied that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole idea. I feel like y'all tried to really make me look some kind of way. I feel like I got the wrong bitch.
Who, me or him?
I feel like both of y'all got the wrong bitch. Both of y'all. Because, and I'm going to tell you why. I think the reason why y'all got the wrong bitch is because, first of all, as you can see, everything that what you thought is now opposite. So now everything that you had to say about the video now doesn't make sense because it's not the truth, right? You said that he wasn't gay. He's gay. You said that it wasn't DV. It wasn't DV. You said it was DV. It's not DV.
Wait, Angie. Wait, Angie. You just cleared that up. You gotta scratch that one. Go to the next one.
All right, hold on. Let me get more notes because I'm not done yet. I got mad shit. Like,
you're going backward. I just told. Listen to me. You're going back.
You got me fucked up.
This is the reality, Angie. Right? If y'all just joined in, this is Angie. We had a big show that we did with her with the a reaction video. And she was talking to Diallo in the car, and she was a woman. The impression that I got just as a woman of abuse, she chose terrible men in her life and didn't have a good male figure in her life. Now I'm going to ask you that. Let me shoot my question to you.
Here we go.
Did you have a strong male figure in your life?
I can honestly say I had a very abusive father, but
what?
Most of my exes have not been pieces of shit. Ever. They all have good jobs. They took care of me. We went half. They saved me from a lot of problems. They saved me from. I can't say my exes are douchebags. I can put on any of them into the conversation.
Why you not with them?
To all of them.
Well, why you not with them?
Because of me. Because I need someone that's going to be not temperamatic with me. And a lot of guys are still from the hood. They're still temperamatic.
How they temperamatic? You just said they was good. How they temperamatic?
I'm temperamatic. And I feel like, for example, Biggs, right? Biggs is one of my exes. Biggs is a big dude. He used to be blood, but then he became a supervisor of Chelsea Piers. Amazing man. Amazing. But considering that I grew up with him and I seen his temper, I just don't trust his future. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying he shows me those signs. He would never hit me. Everyone says that until they do it, though. You know what I'm saying? And when you have somebody like me who will push you, I need to be for positive that you're not going to put your hands on me. Like,
you saying I would hit you? You saying that I would hit you?
You?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, I could provoke you enough. Absolutely.
You could push me to hit you?
I think I could. I really think I could.
Out of your mind, boo. You know better than that.
I think I could.
You up there?
And this is because I've had the most pompous niggas put their hands on me because I can push any niggas to that level. You can't say that's non-existent. Like I said, the 8-ball tag is the perfect excuse.
Listen, you can't look at me and know that I ain't no ordinary nigga. Come on now, baby.
But you can't look at me and think I'm an ordinary bitch.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you was ordinary.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what y'all dumb down the whole conversation to make me look as such. You can't find that video review that you had to not give me in any kind of light to look strong. Now, let me tell you why I suck dick and why I chose sucking dick. Because we ain't talk about that because somebody asked. Why did I choose sucking dick? Why did I choose that? You said the first thing, the reason why females go to that is because it's the easiest, it's the money maker. Why did I choose that specifically, right? Because I'm not like everybody else.
Right, you wasn't doing it for free.
And I'm religion. Now check this out.
Was you doing it for free?
No.
Okay.
I got money for it.
All right, how
That
much?
was why I was called escorting.
How much?
Like about $1.25 for 25
Okay,
minutes, which isn't the
$1.25
best price, but it was good enough for me.
That's kind of expensive. It's kind of expensive, but
It's
that's okay.
expensive for 25 minutes. Yeah, I did try to make it expensive. I tried to make it as
right.
Now, why did I choose blowjobs?
Okay,
Let's
why?
get into that.
Why?
Because one, I had scammers in my life, and I got drug dealers. I got hustlers. I got scammers. I got a bunch of niggas that run the streets that I can get into robbing with, burglarizing with, scamming with. Why didn't I choose that route? Easy answer. Because it affects other people. Sucking dick doesn't affect nobody other than your bitch. But if you was a solid man, it wouldn't affect your relationship.
How come not fucking, nigga? Why you gotta suck his dick? What's the point?
Because I don't want niggas touching me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I don't want niggas touching me. If I suck your dick, you can't touch me while I'm doing it. That's one of the rules that I had. You cannot touch me. If I fuck you, you can touch me. I don't want to be touched.
Hold on, I could touch your damn head now. Hold on, I'm paying you $100.
That's all you can touch. That's it.
I'm touching your head.
But that's all you can touch is my head, not my titties, not my ass, not my body, not my pussy, nothing.
Okay, I understand that. Okay, I understand that. You're right about that.
It's not that it was the easiest route, but it was the most comfortable that I can get with the idea. Now, why did I suck dick in general? My dad, he tortures us for money. He's not a poor man. Like this man will literally use money for anything. He will drag me into any direction as long as, like, he'll tell me shit growing up. He used to tell me like, oh, stay home from school so you can do laundry. Fuck school because you got to take care of the house. And that was because my mom was in the hospital.
Dad was telling you not to go to school.
Yes, so I can take care of the household because my mom was in the hospital. He had to work. I had to do laundry for him so he could have work clothes. And I had to go to school all at the same time, and he encouraged me to stay home. Absolutely. And that was because he's a militant man who believes women should do everything and family comes first. So why did I try to escape my father? Because he gave me tons of money, but had me under his under his hand. Like anything I did has to go through him. Anything I want to buy has to come through him. Anything I need has to come through a favor that I complete for him. Whether it's vacuuming, cleaning, mopping, whether it's running an errand for him. I'm tired of living like that. I got a kid. He didn't let me work 3 years into having a kid because he didn't want the rent to go up.
Wow. Oh,
he didn't want the rent to go up. So why would I stay in that kind of toxic ass environment? So yeah, I do prefer to suck dick over being a slave to somebody's money. Yeah, I do prefer to go to a shelter than have to keep taking money from a man who disrespects me and puts me down and has me feel like I can't do nothing without him. Yeah, I'm willing to do all of that. Absolutely. For my freedom, I will do it all. And I feel like that's what was not noted at any point in these videos. Like I went through so much shit. For it to be simplified to what y'all has summed it up to, it's like y'all don't even know half the story. Like I would never sum it up to that. That's not what my life is gonna get summarized to.
Don't you feel, so you just said it, the impression I got, what you just telling me now is your father was not a loving father to his daughter. Okay.
Till this day, he's not. Like, he helps me still financially, but even then, it's like he'll get mad at me and hold my back.
Loving. Fuck the finances. Loving. He wasn't loving.
He was not loving. Okay. He abused us. I put him in jail growing up. That's why my mom wanted to die, because he kept hitting her. I had to save her from getting hit. Like, this is about my dad and me escaping him, and it took that route.
My condolences to your mother, too. Let me mention that face to face. My condolences to the loss of your mother, majorly.
Thank you.
This is very wow. It's kind of pretty deep. When you said that you was an escort, then you switched. I see when you tell Diallo things, see like you're like anybody else. I could see that you're a little, you seem transparent here, but you seem like you hold things back and pull back a little bit.
Because with Diallo, I knew he was going to manipulate it from the beginning, right? Because it was unordinary that out of the blue, he asked me to do it. I don't know what his YouTube is about. I never checked out any of his videos. And I was like, he's probably going to try to troll me. He's going to dive directly into escorting. And that's what happened. So I was already hostile with the nigga, because he's going to try to make me like this escort and dumb bitch that he knew once upon a time. And I'm not the one. I keep telling you. I got a 4-bedroom, a Medicaid job. I got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Like, I'm living my best life. Like, don't dumb me down to something as simplistic as that. That's not me.
So
that's just not me.
You felt as an interviewer, he was going straight. That's the main shit.
He was just going straight for the kill, my nigga. And that's all it was about. Just trying to make me look worse and worse in the conversation. At no point did he try to make me look good. No point.
So why did he cut it out?
I don't know. Why did you cut that part out, Diallo? Like, why did you cut out the most important part of my truth? And then towards the end, right, when the video had ended, I told him, I said, I don't know where this conversation is going to take me, but at least I got my truth out. That's what I told him. And he goes, yeah, at least people are going to know. And then he chops that whole part out.
Hold on, y'all never fucked?
No.
Never.
Me and Diallo?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that nigga since college. I'm 32 now.
I mean, no, I'm saying like y'all didn't have
No, never.
Okay.
I liked him growing up, but I was
You
different growing up.
don't think he would have been the type of nigga that you need to be with?
I don't think so. Under what he just did, absolutely not. Like,
I mean,
you're gonna sit there and chop out the most key point.
A lot better than choking you out and banging.
I don't agree to that. You
rather deal with a gangbanger?
I get choked out every day. I
Hold
forget
on.
that because
You rather
it's not a huge part.
Hold on. You rather deal with a gangbanger than him? That's what you're saying?
Someone who's gonna fuck with my mind? Do you know how bad mental torture is for me in comparison to getting hit? I can take a hit and forget about it. You can't forget when niggas say on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and have your whole life swirling like your son's never gonna see these fucking videos.
Oh, wow. You got a point there. All right.
What I'm saying, like, no, it's not to say that I would rather get choked out, but in this case, yeah, at this point, I would rather you just slap me in my face than you sit there and fucking drag me.
He felt as if he was disloyal.
He was very disloyal. He literally threw me under the bus because he likes you. He respects your work. And he's like, here's his way in. And he threw me under the bus to get on top. That's how I feel.
I'm going to tell you something. You know, in that whole video, I kept saying, this is how in a date, I did say, I was using an example. In a date, this is how you talk to a woman and ask the questions. You were getting comfortable. I seen you pulling out. You ain't pulling back from me. You ain't pulling back from me, are you? You ain't pulling back shit here. Okay. No. You was pulling back a few times, right? You was pulling back a few times, and I felt as if he knew how to. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example where he tried to do it a little different. Watch.
I didn't know he was bisexual when I had a baby with him. I mean, I always thought he was bisexual though, because like, you ever seen like a guy that's always on somebody's dick? And you always wonder why. It's like, oh, they're probably gay. And that was the situation.
Yeah, we see a lot of
those. It's not like I knew. Yo, they
see, he tried to blow it off. He just said, we see a lot of those. Watch him.
Bro, I'm going to say they coming off the closet.
Come to find out that he wanted them.
You got kids, so
just like, there goes that.
You never intended on. Like, I just don't
There goes that. Like, you threw me under the bus. You threw me under the bus. You manipulated your whole interview.
He letting you roll.
You threw me under the bus for a fucking review, my nigga.
Watch him.
And on top of that, I'm raising your kid.
Yeah, have a kid together.
I'm raising your kid by myself, and you want me to die because you could do a better job. I want to see it. And have him be down here like.
So you said 7 years old, 9 year old. And how do you think all this is affecting him? Like
he don't see it.
He doesn't. He doesn't ask where's daddy. Nothing like that.
No, he knows daddy a piece of shit.
Now, see, you know the difference now, boo. Come on now. You know I would have been on that. Hold on, how you fuck with this dusty ass nigga? Get the fuck out of here. If I was interviewing you, you know that car would have been a lot more alive. I felt as if he was ultra respectful on the questions. He was
respectful with the questions, but the direction of his questions were biased. They already had a target vision. They already had a way to play. So the way his questions were targeting more on the escorting side and making it look more of DV. It did not look like what I look like. That's not me.
I will tell you why. I will tell you why you probably felt that. I'm already cut the part out. Yes, man, we're nasty. We want to know the question about, when you did this and did that. Yeah, I know that's probably what you expected. But listen, I didn't give you that impression and you told us more. So I felt that he was trying to. Me and Diallo got two different ways of how we do our style, right? Listen, if I had to think of anything he did in there wrong, I think with a lot of people, let me give a disclaimer here to a lot of people that's listening, because a lot of people don't understand this. As New Yorkers, we use a terminology that could be a lot offensive to a lot of other people, whether we saying my nigga, that, the third. Don't take offense to that.
Yeah, I know. That's my biggest fear right there, the N-word, because I'm white.
Let me just explain to them, because they don't understand. In the 5 boroughs.
Yeah, I know. It's going to look like I'm being mad racist right now.
Right.
Like,
I ain't racist.
I gotta understand it.
No, we know that racist ain't you. You far from that. If anything, this is how we use our lingo. Please don't take it disrespectful. I don't care if she was Puerto Rican. I don't care if she was Dominican. I don't care whatever. That's how we correspond. That's, as you can see, I'm calling her that, whatever. But please understand, this is how we talk with our expression. Now, back to you. The thing is, what I felt is if I thought the video was amazing. I felt, and I'm glad you came because I didn't want to open Stepper's boundaries and tell her to come here, but it was meant to be. I felt the mental illness. I touched on that more. Now, the two things that I've touched on, I had an issue because I said, you said, I need you to clarify this. You said you have an escort between the 5 ex-boyfriends.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then you gave this, then I was like, I don't think she's going to say she was hustling on, because you could hustle on Instagram and Facebook heavy with Escort. So my question to you is, was it just the 5 boyfriends and they was paying you licks, or was you really hustling other than the 5 boyfriends?
So the thing was this, I'm an esthetician. I graduated with my esthetician license, so I used to do massages. And I used to charge $160 for 45 to 55 minutes, and I would have that hustle coming in. Plus, I had my hustle coming in with the blowjob. So between them, it was enough money for me to be 30. But let's say that, because some guys got really disrespectful. Like, some guys would pop Percocets. I always wanted other options, you know. Maybe I can find somebody that's interested in doing that with me, but somebody that I might feel more comfortable with doing it than somebody else. It's not that it was an open door, but it was my selection. It wasn't like everybody was a go.
Tell them this before we go. Tell them this before we go forward, right? Let them know how big the culture is, because you know every nationality is known for their thing. Russians got a whole bunch of damn fucking massage parlors.
Well, yeah, a lot of Asians too. Especially the Chinese parlors. Yeah. The Chinese parlors, you can get a beat happy anywhere in Chinatown.
Yeah,
anywhere in Chinatown. Them Chinese people run them blowjobs. You can find them bitches outside and they'll do it for you. And they'll do it happily too. Like,
yeah, I know that. That's a fact.
But see, that's the hustle I'm not in, right? Because that's different. I wasn't that bold. I was like a fake hustler, because it was like I wanted to do it to make money, but I was so scared to do it. So I had to work around my comfort level at first. So I had the door open on Instagram and Facebook in case one nigga slipped up, I can replace him with the next. Just in case my income stops flowing in. It was never just that. I promoted it, but it was like a selection that I wanted to choose from.
How was the boyfriends paying you though? Like, how were they paying you? Like, you would tell them, like, yo, look out for a bitch. Like, how would you do it?
Right then and there. Cash first, nigga. No cash, no, nothing starts without the cash up front.
Oh yeah, Fifi had to tell you. This is a good card. She said, "Girl, you was in your car telling your business to a Negro. Nobody think you racist."
Thank goodness, because it's like, as a white person saying that word is really intimidating. Because it's like, I get it, and it's like, if somebody tells you to stop, you gotta respect it. But it's like, this is really how I talk. It really is no animosity, you know.
We in hood zone right now.
Like, this is just how I talk. This is regular shit for me. Like,
I'm just saying to you, right? When you orchestrate, I'm trying to think how an ex-girlfriend would come to me.
Like, it was easy. I'm selling blowjobs for $125, 25 minutes. Let me know if you with it. And I'll be on my way. It was as simple as that. I didn't have to fucking persuade nobody. You want to see? Go on my Instagram. I got some fucking pictures. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested, you'll respond back. And that's how I got my 5 niggas. Like, and I always kept that door open for others in case some need to be replaced. Some of them had to be replaced because it was to the point where niggas was popping Percocets to keep their dick harder. I'm not sucking your dick now. Now I gotta find somebody else. Like,
explain that to them what they mean when they were popping the perks. Now they keeping their shit hard, and now they want to go for
keeping their shit for hard for mad long. And if the shit is hard for mad long, you can't make them nut. And the way I process it is what I told Diallo too. How my 25 minutes went was like this: if I make you nut in 3 minutes, the clock stops at 3 minutes. Wow. If the clock stops at 5, I gave customer service. Like, I'm a good customer service person. Like, it was a hustle for me. It wasn't just, I'm gonna suck your dick. I have mad rules to this shit. Like, so for example, let's say you have 25 minutes to your expense, you nut in 5 minutes. And that's what I told Diallo. You nut in 5 minutes, the clock stops, we'll chill. When you're ready for the next 15 minutes, we'll get into it. Like, or whatever the situation is. But that's how I did my math. Like, I would stop and go.
Now hold on. How about one of them exes that you fuck with? Like, all right, baby, I gotta put this hammer inside your ass. I want some pussy.
No.
How would you do that?
No, I wasn't. So how did they invite me to that? How did they try?
Yeah, like basically, I got two.
They would try to touch. That was why the touching was off limits, because that was the entrance. Trying to touch my titties. Trying to touch my ass, and I hate my titty touch. Period. By my boyfriend too. Like, I'm not a titty person. Don't touch me. I don't like it.
Yeah, touch your ass and put your shit down your.
Right. So already I'm disgusted. I mean, the fact that you're buying is disgusting for me. I wasn't happily taking her money. Like, oh wow, I made that money. I was always like, yo, you a bum ass nigga. Like,
You wouldn't even go further than a blowjob, you saying?
No, I would never go further than a blowjob. Never. I never went further than a blowjob. If I wanted to fuck you because I wanted to fuck you, this wouldn't be a meeting for like I would have my niggas that I wanted to fuck. I wouldn't go to the circle of ring. Like I had people that I wanted to fuck myself, you know, like so it was like that was the breakdown for that. So a lot of niggas would keep their dick hard for 25 minutes, so I wouldn't have to stop. So I would have to do it. It's not like I could pull up and be like, all right, give me a break. They would offer me a break. But I'm like, nigga, the faster we get this done, the faster I'll be on my way, nigga. I ain't got time to stop.
If they didn't have the perk, how quick could they bust off then? How quick?
Within 3 minutes. I mean, one time I had a customer, he had to go to work. I used to live in Jersey. He lived in Brooklyn. I had to drive from Jersey. He paid for my tolls, paid for my gas. I got there, he paid for the labor. And he nutted in like 3-5 minutes. And I kept going. I thought he wasn't done. The nigga was like, well, you showing off now. And I'm like, huh? So the nigga already nutted. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he gave my money and I left within 5 minutes. So that was
so you still got the full
that I got
minutes for 5 minutes.
Like
wow. That's why they call him
to work right after.
So you tricked his ass.
He tricked me because I thought I was staying for the whole 25, and then all of a sudden this nigga's like, I really gotta go, and I'm like, well, nigga, I drove from New Jersey for me to suck your dick for 3 minutes for you to nut and for me to be on my way. Like, next time I'm gonna charge the price higher. Like,
wow. And now again, would you ever do that again?
No, I can't. That's why I left. It hurt me too much, mentally, emotionally. People have no respect for me. It's always a joke. It's always a topic of conversation.
How do you know they don't have respect for you? How do you know they don't got respect for when they paying you? How do you know that?
Because of the requests, the no condom requests. That was the biggest problem. The moment you asked me to not use the condom, I already know what time you want. You was sleazeball and you not just asking me.
Oh wait, hold on. So you wasn't topping them with the condom. You topping them with the condom.
The top with the condom and no deep throat. That was another rule. No deep throat because when you deep throat, you pass the condom.
All right, that's a fact.
You deep throat, you pass the condom. So I couldn't deep throat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh shit, that's a fact. Especially if you got a little dick. Especially if you got a little dick. You can't deep throat with a condom because you go past the condom, so you touch.
You really can't. It'll surpass the condom, and then you touch the skin, and at that point, you might as well take the condom off. Like that's why I have rules. I wasn't one of those easy bitches. I was very complicated. And not only that, my bipolar shit had disabled me. So I'm on Adderall right now, but I haven't had Adderall.
How does that work?
Life.
You on it right now?
Right. So this is my medicine. No, this is my bipolar medicine. I take Latuda. That's one of them. It's a very high dose because I'm very crazy. This is a depressant. Kanye West takes this. It's Lexapro. This is a generic, but the original is probably what he takes. It's a depressant. I take those two and put the Adderall. The Adderall is for energy and for focus because I have ADHD. These two is for my moods. Now for the Adderall, it's like before Adderall.
How many pills do you take for your moods?
I take 3 pills a day. I take 2, 1 depressant, 1 mood stabilizer, and then the Adderall. And I take 3 a day, every day. It's annoying. I hate it. I wish I didn't have it. I wish I could be regular. I wish I didn't need medication. I wish I could be normal. But that's not my story. And I can't make it be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, my life. So what happened was my bipolar disabled me. I couldn't keep a job. Like, I couldn't keep a job because I was so depressed.
You get SSI for that?
You could.
Okay.
I don't get SSI for that, but you could. But they only give you $2,000, and that's not covering nothing.
Young, they probably think you're too young.
No, once you have a medical, no, you good. I know somebody on it at 21 that she's also bipolar, but she's 21 and she's on Medicaid, right? She's on disability, but I feel like that's a dumb move because you're gonna run out of disability mad quick at the age of 21. Like that was a dumb move. Like you might want to hold off. That's what I did. I was trying to hold off on disability. I'm trying to push, and I found Adderall, and I was able to keep a job. Medicaid is the first job that I've had consistently for almost going on a year now. The Adderall really helped. So what happened was I thought I wasn't able to keep a job, so I got desperate. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I got to find a way to make money, nigga. If I can't keep a job, then I need to at least go to the street to make money. Like, I need some kind of, I didn't want to give up on myself. So I was like, it may look like the lowest job to do, but it was on the only option at that point. I had a kid with a bad schedule, no supervision, no help.
A woman's hustle is usually, a man's hustle in the streets is street shit, right? And a woman's hustle is usually, right? That these are both obviously
it is in most cases, but in my case, I wouldn't particularly identify being like the rest, only because my situation is so particular to why I chose that route. It wasn't because it was the easiest route. It wasn't because it was Like, it was like the only route that I could think of at this point because I tried everything else. I have a long resume, no job I can keep with. Finally, I get Adderall and I can keep a job. You know what I'm saying? I never had the mental health that I needed. So I was desperate. I was like, yo, I got to make money. So I'm going to suck some dick because I'm not letting nobody touch me. So at this point, this is the best option. I'm not saying that you're wrong for what you said. I don't think nothing I said at any point was wrong in the videos. I just don't think it relates to me.
You didn't want your concern is the portrayal, and I understand that. I got a question with this before we go to that too, because I got so many things. When do you know that you need your medication? When do you know?
If I can't calm down, if I'm talking too fast, if I can't control my anger, if I can't disassociate from the topic that I'm thinking about, if I dwell too hard, if I have nightmares, that's usually my first cue that I need medication. If I have a nightmare, they'll feel really vivid, and when they're vivid, they bother me because I feel like it's real when I wake up. So I'll wake up paranoid. And then the medicine will calm all of it down. It doesn't let you sleep. If you don't take medication, you can't sleep without it. It won't let you sleep.
What?
Melatonin won't put me out because when I was pregnant for 3 months, I didn't take medicine. And melatonin couldn't put me out. Sleeping pills couldn't put me out. The only thing that can put me out is my medicine. That's the only thing that can put me out. Without it, I stay up. I will stay the fuck up. And I get crazy like that.
For days or like
for days? I can stay up for days. I might crash at some point, but I'll stay up for days and I won't be able to sleep consecutively. I'll wake up in brackets. You know what I'm saying? Like, even now I do it, but at least I sleep more consistently than before. Sleep is so key in life. People don't realize how important sleep is. Without sleep, your mind will be a mess in the day. It really will be. You can rely on your little fucking nap all you want, but realistically, your body needs energy. It needs to reset. It has to reset. And if your body's not capable of resetting by itself, that's a huge fucking problem. That is a huge problem that you need medication to put you to sleep. Sleep to come normal, but it doesn't for me.
But the fact that you said you take medication, can you tell? And that sleep thing is very, very true, because even people that do coke, they wire it all up and all that.
They wide up.
But the thing is, right? Somebody said here, you just need mushrooms and good food, baby. All them meds.
It's not true. My mom was schizophrenic. Without that medication, she wouldn't have killed herself. And people will have a huge stand. That's one of my biggest issues with the stigma with mental illness, right? Because people think you can brush it off with food and vitamins, but you can't.
Your mother committed suicide?
She jumped off my building. Yeah, my house. She didn't jump in. That article you seen was the first time she attempted. It said rescue, remember?
Yes.
Rescue from the Hudson. She survived that one. But 3 years ago, she finally jumped off the balcony. She jumped off the bridge, then the balcony. This is what I'm saying. Medicine helps. You can't say you don't, because if she was medicated, she wouldn't have did it. But she refused to take her medicine because of the stigma on how bad it looks like when you take medicine. You look crazy. It's a stigma, and she didn't want that stigma. If you told her she was schizophrenic, she'd be like, no, I'm not. And it's like, but you are, Ma. You hear voices. Mama, like, but she didn't want to accept it, so she didn't take it, so she killed herself. And that's what bipolar and any other mental illness would lead you to without medication. Any one of them. Depression, psychosis, schizophrenia, any kind of mental disability can lead you to suicide.
What medication do they take for depression?
But the Lexapro, that's usually the number one. The Lexapro, the Escort, or whatever the fuck that shit pronounced, that's the antidepressant. It's like one of the best antidepressants. But based on your severity, you'll have different medications that's more stronger than the next. And it's not like when you take medicine, it's a hit or it doesn't fix everything. It just keeps you regular. See, look, he's on meds, but without them, he was dangerous. You see, if they do put you to sleep, that was my mom's biggest problem. She felt like the medicine put her to sleep. She didn't want to take it because it ruined her day. But I'd rather you sleep than you be dead.
Your mother didn't want to take the medication.
She didn't want the stigma. That was her biggest issue. She didn't want to be associated with crazy. She didn't want that association. Medicine, crazy. That's the association.
Yeah, that's true.
She didn't want it. She was embarrassed. It was humiliating for her because she was a good woman, but she was just ill. And she couldn't explain it. She couldn't explain why she was hallucinating on medication still. I didn't understand why she was still hallucinating on medication. And then I came across schizophrenia situations, like people who are like famous on Instagram who have schizophrenia, and they admit that medication doesn't cover the...
Give an example of a person that's schizo.
I'll tell you, what is his name? His name is Skippy. You can find him on Instagram. His name is Skippy or Chippy, schizophrenic Chippy. That's his name. I follow him all the time, and he has hallucinations. He'll even show you what the hallucinations look like on his page, and he'll auditate it, like he'll put the audio on it, and he'll tell you what he hears and sees. He has videos where he's actually freaking out when he thinks somebody's following him, and he's having conversations with people that's not there. People are telling him no one's there, but he doesn't believe it unless he uses his camera. His camera is how he uses to maneuver life, because the camera will show you what's in front of you. So anytime he's paranoid, he uses his phone to protect himself. You know what I'm saying? Schizophrenia is a huge problem. It's not just schizophrenia, bipolar, psychosis, fucking just about everything that's disassociates you from life can get really scary. And it's dangerous to be off medicine.
What about a person's sign when people shut down and don't just stop calling everybody? And
that's depression. And that's also, that can be suicidal. That could be a suicidal situation. Depression is huge. And don't sleep on depression like it's just depression. Depression can be very severe. Depression for everyone that could be your only diagnosis, but it might be your biggest trouble. Well, it might be your biggest trouble.
I got a boy that just walked away from the family. He got with this abusive woman. He just shut down to the point where he's
depressed. He's not eating probably. He's not showering, not brushing his teeth. He's probably depressed.
Yeah, but he goes to work and all that still.
And he probably comes home and he probably doesn't clean up after himself. Probably the house is a wreck.
He lives with her. He's shut down from his family. He don't fuck with nobody now. Just disappeared.
I mean, I don't know. Everyone is different, you know. You would have to really dissect him individually and see what his patterns are, like, because everyone is different. I know if that's unordinary for him, then something is wrong. You know, for me, when I shut down, it's normal because I always shut down because I'm always hot-headed. So I always need some time to myself. Like, right. But for most people, it's not like that. Sometimes when they shut down, they never do it. And when they finally do it, it's like, what is going on? In that situation, I'd be worried because suicide is right around the corner. Suicide is always right around the corner. From depression, psychosis, schizophrenia is right around. Without my medicine, I will be dead. That's a fact. That's why I take it. I have a son. I can't be dead. Like,
what?
I have wrists. I have scars. Hold on, this is the biggest one I got right here. When I was 16, I did it. I was born that way. It's not like I chose to be this way, but I've been dealing with it. I never accepted it nor acknowledged it until I got older.
Why did you do that one? Why did you try to cut your wrist?
I don't know. I was just depressed. I had everything. My family was fine. I got money. I was the flyest girl in school. I had no issues. I just didn't want to live, and that's the illness. The illness will make you feel like everything is wrong. It'll make you feel like everything is bad. It'll make you feel like everything is depressing and there's no way out. It'll make you feel trapped. It'll make you feel insecure. It'll stop letting you sleep. And that's when things go crazy.
Once you deprive yourself from sleep,
that's when it gets bad. That's when it gets real bad because now your body's affected. Excuse me. But yeah. So I feel like a lot of it should have been on mental health. I feel like none of these videos should have ever targeted my sexual life or my relationship life. It should have always been about mental health because why did I suck dick? Mental health. I thought I couldn't get a job. I thought I couldn't keep one. Why did I hit my boyfriends? Because I'm bipolar. Why am I the abuser? Because I'm bipolar. A lot of it is because it has nothing to do with the choices of men. The choices of men have always been good. They're good men. I have so many good men around me. I can't say I have bad men around me. He was the worst man around me. I'll give you that.
Right. And
he's not allowed back in. Mm-hmm. But I have good men around me that deserve a lot, you know, but I'm not capable of giving it to them because you can't give me what I need. I need my man to be my therapist because unfortunately, because of my mental health, no day is the same for me. No day is the same. I wake up different every day. One day I might wake up happy. The next day I might wake up moody. And even with medication, it doesn't change my confusion every day waking up because I don't know what I'm going to feel today.
How bad is your moodiness? Like
it's bad. I can really hurt somebody. I can hurt myself. I've thought about renting out SUVs to hit it off a bridge. I have thought about popping pills, melatonin. I've thought about so many ways to escape life, but I can't. I have a kid. I'm forced to be here. I have no choice. This is why I have my medication. I even have 2 doses. I have fucking two months supply here just to keep me grounded to make sure I don't kill myself. Like,
and Medicaid and all that pay for that too?
No, I have to pay out of pocket. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. My insurance covers it. You know, I have to pay, but for example, one medication I was taking, Vraylar, is a $1,000 prescription. I can't afford it, but it was the best operating medication for me. But I cannot afford it underneath my insurance.
How many pills?
For one pill, only for 1 month.
$1,000
for a month is $1,000. $1,500 to be specific. Yeah, Google it. Vraylar, VRYALLER. That medication is $1,000 plus. The injections cost even more.
Is terrible. What Lexapro, etc., is terrible.
For everyone, it's gonna be different. I have to try a lot of different. I've tried lithium. I've tried Geodon. I've tried clitter some shit where it's like fucking Latuda, but it's different. I've tried so many different and not Seroquel. I tried Seroquel. I tried all of them. Not everybody works for everybody, and you really do have to take your medicine. A lot of time addiction is associated with worse things. Yeah, it's because, and a lot of them go to alcohol and drugs because they feel like they're stuck and nothing's gonna help them. That's why they do it. And from experience, I can tell you that they will dive into drugs. What I did, I dove into drugs to numb myself. I can't wake up knowing I'm a piece of shit every day, knowing that I can't keep a job. So why not just dive into some drugs and suck some dick to make some money? At least I'm not being lazy with it. At least I still have an income. That was the way I seen it. That was the brightest thing I could have done for myself at the time. But the way that people are looking at it is such a simplistic view of just prostitution, where we're so much more complicated than that. It was not just about prostitution. It was about fighting for my freedom with my dad. It was about getting the appropriate help that I needed.
I think you're clarifying that majorly now. I think
You get what I'm saying? It's bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's so much more bigger than that. That was the only point that I wanted to bring to the table tonight. It's just that it's so much bigger than that. It's not so minuscule as you're making it seem. It's so much bigger than that. Like, all my decisions were very particular. Very fucking particular.
What's this? Ayakusa. What's that?
I think she's making fun of me. I don't know what that is. Ayakusa.
No, they're trying to. That's what she asking how to pronounce it. What thing that you mentioned?
Ayakusa. Which one? There's a lot of Seroquel, Geodon, lithium. They have Lexapro. They have Latuda. They have something with Cla, some shit. That's like that shit gives you a rash, a rare rash that can kill you, which is why I never took it. And I don't disagree with that idea either, because Adderall is a real drug. Adderall is a real drug. That shit is no different than e-pills. I promise you. The only thing is that you don't have the sexual drive, but it's just like a regular drug. And I question taking it.
What pills
I
give you
question taking my medication.
Tell them all the pills that give you the sexual drive so they could get familiar with it.
Ecstasy. So ecstasy is a street drug. Molly is another street drug that gives you sexual drive. And all of these drugs that kind of remind me of Adderall. Adderall gives me very similar feelings. Very similar feelings, just without the sexual attachment to it. But the focus, the awakeness, if you take Adderall and go to sleep, you will wake up in 30 minutes when it hits. Expect it. That shit will wake you right the fuck up. You will be on your feet, just like an e-pill. You know what I'm saying? Like Adderall is a very strong.
Some girls be having orgies and all that shit and having gangbang.
They do e-pills on it because it numbs you. Once, you don't feel nothing. And two, you're high, so it feels good. So now you can kind of put the shame aside. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, how much you take.
Wow.
That was just my whole idea. I just feel like it was a very broad, like it was just not the interview that I needed. It didn't bring no light to my life. It didn't bring me up. It brought me down. I was very sad. I wanted to cry seeing it. Seeing your review may hurt my feelings. Like, I'm like, I'm so much bigger than this. Like, so much bigger than what y'all dumbed it down to. Like, and I'm not disagreeing with what y'all saying. There are bitches out there that are being in my shoes under those circumstances. But in my circumstances specifically, it just wasn't that way. It's like I just got the wrong bitch. It's just you got the wrong one. Like, and it's not to be disrespectful, but it's just I don't fit in the perspective. You know what I'm saying?
You said I was disrespectful in there? Like, at what part?
Yeah, I felt my feelings were hurt. Yeah, you called me a bitch some point in the car. I wrote it down when you called me a bitch. You even said these bitches. And it was like, yo, I'm getting all this hate. I didn't even do nothing. Like,
no, I didn't mean it that way.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, just seeing the review. Like, imagine you put your story up there and it's not your full truth. It's modified. It's manipulated. Somebody puts it out there. Another person reviews it. And then the review was very brutal because it summarizes the truth, but not your truth. So now it's like you can't fight against it because it's not that you're mad about what he's saying. Because at no point did I disagree with anything that you said. I do believe, generally speaking, in most situations, that is the situation, the view that y'all portrayed. But in my specific situation, it is so far from it. I didn't suck dick because it was the easiest. I did it because it was the most comfortable. It was the most. It was the only hustle at the time. Like,
Diallo was getting turned on from that.
Huh?
You think he got turned on from that?
Who?
Diallo. Do you think he got
turned on for what?
Do you think he got turned on from when you talked about that, or was he sincere?
I feel like when he looked at me, he just looked at me like a piece of shit. I feel like he didn't look at me in no kind of bright perspective. I didn't think that my struggles were ever at any point acknowledged. I don't think at any point did I get the props that I deserve for pushing through to even make the decisions and such.
Salute to Diallo. Now, the reason why I asked her that, because she said that she felt as if he just was on the topic of the escort. And I said a lot of times, like, so that she feel as if he got turned on. She didn't feel like he got turned on, for that was good. But she said that she feel like he looked at her like a piece of shit. And I don't think he did that. I think what I picked up was, if a man's a man, you know what I mean? And ain't no man gonna sit here and be like, God damn, I wish he could do that to me. But there's also gonna be a part where a man's gonna say, damn, like, you just had me fucked up for a minute, where I'm sitting here like, damn, you know what I mean?
It's fucked up. Yeah. I mean, mental health is huge. And I think that was my biggest concern. That's the reason that I should have, that was my fault for not highlighting that. But I feel like he already had an agenda and I didn't want to interfere. When I came onto his show, so I was proud of him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, it was like, wow, like, you're doing really good. I've been watching you for a while. Like, because on TikTok, I've always seen his little podcast following me. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then I seen Diallo, and I'm like, oh, I know Diallo. So I always let him follow me. Everywhere I go, I let him follow me. I'm like, it's just Diallo. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, he's like, hey, you want to come on my show? And I'm like, this is weird, but sure, why not? You know, so I checked up on the video for him. I checked on to see if he was getting reviews. I promoted it. You know what I'm saying? I encouraged it. I was like, hey, how's it going? I checked up on almost every day just to see how it was going to benefit him. And then for him to let somebody drag me the way you drag me was like, hello, all I did was try to help you and you shitted on me because you didn't even let me speak my piece without cropping it out.
Right.
Like,
listen, I think he needs to break down what he was trying to do. I felt that the fact that the editing always looks greasy. That's why I like to just tell people, let's just do the whole shit. And if you requested edit later, that's on you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we was going to take this first, but then I said, you know what, fuck it, let it just be transparent because I want the audience to hear it because I don't want no shit. Didn't I tell you that? Because we was going to record it first. I feel this mental illness shit is the thing we need to
really talk about. It's huge. I mean, and everyone's suffering with it. Yo, it's so bad. We had a national shortage. So what happened was, the reason why I left Medicaid is because we had a national shortage. So for 3 weeks, I didn't have Adderall. For 3 weeks, I slept without it. I missed the bus picking up my son from school 2 times, sleeping, because without my Adderall, I am dysfunctional. I can't get up. I need Red Bull. Coffee puts me to sleep. Like, you know, you have a lot of people suffering, not knowing why they can't keep a job, and they take it out on themselves. Like, yo, I'm a piece of shit. And then people telling you piece of shit. And all this time, you don't even realize that you're dealing with a mental illness. That's why you having these difficulties. It's not you. It's your condition, and you got to treat it to get the help that you need.
I think we do shadow. I think we need to do something real heavy on this. And if you're willing to do it, I'm willing to work with you on this mental illness, because I feel that I could even say, even myself, because I got a couple family members where I'm like, nah, fuck them. I don't need. And I realized that I think we shadow and write off mental illness is crazy. So I ain't fucking with you. Or you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Crazy bitch.
It's too much for you. It's too much of a burden for you. And that's true. It could be. And listen, and no one should feel bad for stepping away from a mentally fucked up person, because there are points where you talk to them. If they're not taking what you're giving them, you have to separate. And it's going to be the most painful decision to make, but they will drag you down. They will completely drag you down because they're off medicine. They're making impulsive decisions. They're making risky decisions. They're splurging, because money splurging is a part of mental illness, believe it or not.
Ooh.
Mental splurging, when you financially splurge, you're looking for a dopamine hit. And shopping, the reason why we turn to it is because it gives you a dopamine hit. But the problem is people would keep shopping and keep shopping and keep shopping and still not reach that peak of happiness, but keep doing it because it gives you a little bit of it. And that's why you have people splurging, and you have people so committed in brands and how it makes you look. It makes your self-esteem feel better. But self-esteem starts from within. It's not about what you're wearing. And if somebody tells you your Gucci is ugly, what do you do then? You thought that it was going to save you? Like, you got to start up here. It can't go nowhere else.
You said you are so right, Ma. Fifi wants to know, y'all can shoot the questions because she's here. And
I have one good friend. And it's hard with him too, because I can't stand him. I don't like people. I don't like people, and I curse him out every day. He pisses me off every day. He's a good guy, amazing. He's always there for me, but I treat him like shit. And I treat him like shit, not on purpose, but because under my mood swings, sometimes you'll get in the spark of the fire, which is why I can't live with nobody. And it's not to say it's weird. It's just that I've noticed from my patterns that it may not be the safest nor healthiest thing to do. When someone lives with me, I can't focus. My focus is making sure everybody in the house is okay. So now all of my personal duties gets put aside. When I had him living here, I didn't eat. You know what I'm saying? I barely ate because I'm feeding everybody else. I fed him, I fed my son, I fed the cats, I cleaned the house, but I'm not eating. The nigga that choked me out, he's always complaining about it. He's like, yo, you never eat, you never eat, you never eat. And it's like, it's true, I don't. Because I'm so busy occupied making sure you're good, which is why I realized that you're right. If it's gonna bother me like that, then at that point, you can't live with me. You gotta have your own space. It's not to say I don't love you, but I can't promise that I can stay with you in the same household for too long without me blacking on you. Because if you piss me off to that extent, I may get there with you. You might have to go. Like,
let me ask you a question. Is this healthy for people that have mental illness? What you're doing right now, talking.
Yeah.
Is this healthy for that? No question.
Yeah, it is. It is sort of healthy because I had to defend myself coming in. It's not like I came in, I was fucked up. Though I was dwelling since you dropped your interview. I had bad days ever since. I was just been feeling down. Like, wow, my image is being ruined right now. Like, I'm looking like this DV situation that has no brain. Easiest thing I go to is sex. It's like all of these judgments were placed upon me. He laughed in the video when he was like, "Oh, so that's not your baby father." A lot of laughter, a lot of embarrassment, and it's like that's not even me. And I feel like you really got the wrong because I'm not the DV bitch. I'm actually the abuser. I'm not the bitch that sucked dick because it was the easiest thing. I'm actually doing it for my freedom to get away from my dad. I'm doing it to try to make an income because I feel like I can't keep a job.
Right now, you on your meds now. Like right
I'm on
now.
meds now. I have been consistently. That's the only reason I'm able to keep a job.
This is a good mind state, and you still felt that way about that. Wow, that's
because the medicine can only cover so much because it hurt my feelings. Because this is YouTube. This is not. It's not Instagram where you delete the stories, vanishes in 24 hours. This is up there forever.
Right.
You want to look it up and you want to see my story, you can just look it up now. And it's going to be under his manipulation instead of my story. It was never my story. He chopped it into his. I wanted my story. I didn't want the chopped out edited version. I wanted my story. I wanted me giving head. I wanted mental health to be included. That was my whole testimony. And it just got destroyed. Like,
let me see if I could pick up an inconsistency here. Shout out to Diallo to see where what the sister's talking about here. Hold on, let me play another part here.
Should I stay with a man that don't?
Yeah, he got the thing on a jump off. So hold on 1 second. So yeah, that's the thing I want to hold on. Let me see what he said.
Smoking and I was smoking and listening to music. I don't do shit.
And it keeps you calm.
Yeah, it keeps me very calm. I don't go anywhere.
So you're just a homebody.
I get everything delivered.
You want to work home like that?
No, I used to be remote. For 6 months, I was remote.
So you're just home.
So I was really home, bro.
In this video, I had no Adderall. Keep in mind. You see how I look?
Yeah.
You see the difference between how I look there and how I am here? I had no Adderall. That was during the shortage. I came to New York to pick up my Adderall. Look at how low I look. Could you imagine how lazy I am looking like that every day for 3 weeks with no medication?
Oh my God.
There's a difference. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not assessing the most important factor, which is the mental health feature. That was my biggest point. It's like I feel like I focused on all the wrong things. This has never been about the DV. It has never been about him choking me. It has never been about any of that. It has always been about me and my mental health and what brings me to the situations that I get myself into, being risky and unhealthy in my own mind. These are the situations that I attracted. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt, like you said, I had low self-esteem. I did. And prior to getting choked out, once I got choked out, I turned to God. I completely gave up my life to God. I was like, yo, God, I can't keep doing this with him. I'm trying to help your son, but your son don't want help. So I'm going to let go as you requested. That was the last time he's ever going to have access to me. And that's the truth. I can't go back to that. What's there to go back to?
That part we commend you for. We commend you for that. We do. We commend you for that. Listen, I want to say this. I didn't know it was this the level of the extent of the seriousness, and toward the end I did change from more of a I can't get that now. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. And nigga, I hate when niggas call you FaceTime, man, like that shit.
Good eyes.
The one thing is, right, are you willing, this is, let me ask you this. Are you willing to become as transparent as you are, which is remarkable to me. You know what I mean? And I feel that sometimes people start off on the wrong basis, and I'm deeply sorry for that, because I felt as if I got more into the mental illness towards the end of the video. I took it more serious. I did.
Yeah.
Did you ever think the fact that you see how, because somebody asked, do you meditate? But do you feel that now that you're expressive, you're more relaxed, even whether you're on your meds, but you're more relaxed, did you ever think about becoming an advocate
for mental health?
Yeah.
Yeah. I converted my whole esthetician page to be a mental health advocate, and my medicine, I taken it because I couldn't afford it anymore. A lot of my life has been up and down medication, because once you make too much money, you can't afford your meds. And my medicine is $1,000. I had to downgrade to something that works less effective but gets the job done because it's affordable. These are the real matters of the situation. I'm not doing as good as I could be right now. I could be doing way better if I have Vylar, but I can't afford Vylar. That's $1,000. I can't afford that. That's crazy. Like, I cannot afford $1,500 every month. That's bigger than rent. That's bigger than anything you could think of. Like, that's just the medication for a month.
So 30. You said 30 plus. Yeah, 30.
30 plus. There's 30 pills. Yeah, like every bottle is always gonna be 30 pills. Look at this shit. 30 pills. Where is that? 20 pills. Hold on.
Oh,
where is 30 pills? You know what I'm saying? Every bottle is 30 pills, and every single bottle costs $1,000, $1,500 for Vylar. I can't afford it. I had to downgrade, so now I had to go look for medication. So when I was working, we switched. When we switched, it didn't work, and I started tripping out at work. So then I had to stop working because I'm like, yo, I'm about to spaz at work. Like, so I just completely stopped going to work because I'm like.
So do you get anxiety? Do you get anxiety? Do you get crazy?
I get anxiety. I get paranoid. I get angry. I get exhausted. I get my attitude quick. I get nasty. I get defensive. I get very hostile. It's like every negative thing I become. And it's without selection. Like I can see myself doing it, but I can't control it from there. I'm like, yo, why are you acting like that, Ange? And I gotta know, but I can't stop. That's how it feels on the inside, like I can't stop. I know what I'm saying is wrong. I know what I'm saying is hurtful. I know what I'm doing is fucked up. But in the inside, I can't stop it without my medication. It's just like, it's an illness, and it's no different than diabetes. You need your dose to feel good for the day. It's no different than mental health. You need your dose to feel good for the day. You know what I'm saying? It's no different, but it's a stigma around mental health that makes you feel like medication is bad. And they want you to do herbal shit. I've tried herbal shit. It does not work. I need medicine. I have a kid. I have no time to experiment with natural herbs. Wow. I have to get right to the point, because if you take the wrong risk and get off your medication for an herb that's not helping, guess what? You just reset all of your mood swings. You reset the euphoria, you reset the depression, and the hostile state. You reset all three of them. All three of them you reset just by hopping off the medication to try to find another one. You reset it. Now you're down to one. It takes a month to get rehabilitated with full medication. A month, 3 weeks minimum, just to feel normal again from depression.
If you go to the hospital right now in an emergency, you got to tell them they know what your meds is.
They'll know. If you go to the psych ward, they won't even question you. If you say I don't have medicine, because they're so familiar with the process, they see it the most. They're in the wards. If you come in there and be like, I have no medication, they will not be like, no, that's, for example, let's say you run out of a prescription. In my situation, I have to go get my prescription every 3 months, right? Let's say I don't see her in 3 months and I can't see her for the next couple of weeks, but I need my medicine now. I would have to go to our emergency room, go to the psych ward and ask for a refill. They'll only give you one. Then after that, you're responsible for that amount they give you. They'll give you like 20 pills to get to a doctor. You have to keep going to the ER until you get to a fucking doctor. They won't prescribe it without, it's hard. The mental health system today is so bad. They don't give a fuck. These medicines, nothing is new. It's the same medications we've been using for years.
They don't think it's serious enough.
I don't know. They need to consider it. Why do you think we have these school shootings? And everyone tries to put the white situation, like, you know what they say, like, oh, white people always get hit with the mental health. No, it's not just the white. The hood is full of mental health problems. These crackheads, these alcoholics, these drug addicts, full of mental illness. But they code it with that, and they get caught up with it in jail. But in reality, you shouldn't have been put to jail. You should have got some medicine. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for people in jail because they're crazy, because it's like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Do you feel that majority of there's a lot more people walking around with your same issues and don't take meds?
Yes, and won't take it. The guy that choked me out, bipolar 2, and he won't take it. He was in a ward.
How about the ones that don't even know that they have?
Those are the ones that bigger at risk, because their suicide is around the corner and you won't even know it. One of my friends has schizophrenia. He just found out. You know what I'm saying? He's an alcoholic. He slit his wrist so deep that he had to get his wrist put back. He has schizophrenia and he keeps going to drugs and going to alcohol. Alcohol is the worst setback because it throws you in a bigger mode. It throws you in a bigger hallucination. It throws you in a negative state. It's so bad for you. Alcohol, even weed. Like I smoke all the time, but for me it helps. Not for everybody though. For some people, you may have an adverse reaction. Every single body is created differently. One medication for a mental patient may work for me, may not work for you. Everybody's chemical balance is different. Your own needs are all different and very specified, particularly to how you were created. You got to get medicine that fits you the best. You know what I'm saying? Like Seroquel was good, but it made me sleep. It calmed me down, but it was like the fastest way to put me to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Seroquel will calm me down, but it will knock me the fuck out. But I'd rather calm down and knock out than do something reckless. Because when I wake up, I'm refreshed.
You take 3 medications a day?
I take 3. I take Adderall, my depressant, and my mood stabilizer every single day. I took one earlier because I felt like I missed it yesterday, so I felt a little hostile today. So I took it before the interview because I was like, I don't want to come crazy. So I took one earlier, but I got to take my depressant. I didn't take my depressant earlier because it puts you to sleep, and I wasn't trying to sleep because I had to pick up my son and do stuff and cook and clean and do homework.
Oh my God.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I just feel like the whole idea of what was put out there was just a bad representation of what I actually stand for.
What's another issue you had with me? Because I think we out of the video. What was another issue?
Another issue with you was just the good looks. You said that I go for good looks. It was all petty shit. Like my whole idea is like I don't have much more to say than other than I just want you to understand that this was all about mental health. You know, I can get into my notes to try to troll you. That's the reason why I even wrote it, because I'm like, I'm about to come at him hard, being bipolar. I'm about to fucking wreck him. Like, I wrote down all my notes. You said making excuses for him. Like, everything that triggered me, I wrote down. You said you can spit in the bitch's face as long as you can spit in the nigga face and he still can't hit you. I disagree to that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as a human being, you are entitled to defend yourself. And just because I'm bipolar, that puts me in a different status, right? I'm not a regular average person.
If you respect that, why you ain't respect my opinion?
Respect? What you mean? What opinion?
You said you disagree. I mean, a person got a right to defend itself. So if I feel like, well, that's how you should have defended it too. So what's the issue?
Wait, in regards to what? And
you said that the person, you said you disagree because you feel a person got the right to defend themselves. You talking about him?
Oh, spitting on somebody. Yeah, like as a man, like we can't accept, and I feel like it's unfair for a man to put those standards on a man because we're allowing women to continue to be women, we're allowing men to get beat by women because we expect for them to be men and we're excluding their emotions as well. I mean, we're completely surpassing men. Like, it's not fair to a man that he has to tolerate getting hit or has to tolerate defending himself or restraining you. He shouldn't have to, as a woman, we should know better than to touch a man. We cannot beat one, period.
Yeah, but who's teaching the woman that? The fathers are shit.
When I don't have a father, yeah, I had to learn everything my mom taught me. I didn't brush my teeth until I was 16. I didn't have no good upbringing. Like,
fathers are not teaching the woman nothing.
Nothing. They're not. They just provide now.
You are a confirmation of that.
Yeah. To an extent. Yeah.
Your calling is already right in your face, sister.
Yeah. I would love to be a mental health advocate because I feel like I'm a perfect example of bipolar. I'm a perfect example of somebody who rose above it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to do it raw though. This is the raw perspective. We're not going to do that book. We're going to do it the way here. You got to talk the same way. You ready to put this information out or what?
Yeah, I'm ready. I could do some studies. I could research some examples. I have so many. I'm already well educated. Like I know so many situations, so many real examples.
Are you going to talk to a crowd, a small crowd of people, something that I'll be. Would you do that the same way like here?
Yeah. I used to work as a co-youth organizer. I used to facilitate, speak to elected officials. I used to go to rallies. I used to protest. When I was in the shelter, you'll find an article on me in there. Because even when I was in the shelter, I spoke out against getting rid of some of the workers there. During the time, they were trying to cut funding for the people that worked in my shelter. And they had me speak up, and you'll find my article in the news. I've always been into media. I've always been into making sure that I'm an advocate for something, no matter what. I'm an advocate.
Let's do it. Let me ask you this. Is mental illness reversible?
No. at all. It gets worse. It gets worse, and that's why I had my flip. I had my switch. The reason why I had to switch my medicine.
There's no cure.
There's no cure. The doctors will tell you that there's no cure. They try not to tell you that. They try to tell you to come back later to see if it gets better, to see if they can give you therapy instead. But realistically, based on what you're suffering with, more than likely it's not trauma, it's a mental illness. If it's that consistent and persistent in your life, it's probably a mental illness. It's not just a bad day. It's not a bad week or a bad month. If you see patterns in your behavior, chances are something is wrong with you and get it checked out. Because there should be no reason why you feel like you can't control yourself. You feel like you can't sleep. You feel like you're not eating right. You feel like you're paranoid or anxious. These are all things that need to be identified with a doctor because they shouldn't be like that. Normal people don't fear going to work. I have an extreme phobia of work. Before clocking in, I used to have anxiety attacks before clocking. And then I clock in and I be normal as fuck. But for some reason, just clocking in to know that I'm about to talk to people
that's not normal.
So intimidating that it sent me back from going to work sometimes. I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with this shit today.
That's not normal at all. That's heavy.
That's heavy. Imagine going to work every day and you have a fucking anxiety attack every single day before work.
I think here we had a thing where you did where things kind of like the gears kind of shifted a little bit, where you kind of was serious and.
Podcast for something like I didn't just almost talk.
Because you gotta live for people. You gotta live for people. You gotta live for people.
Yeah, you really don't.
People count on you and stuff.
That's all it really is.
When you come home, everybody wants you to go through, knowing you go home and your son see you and that smile.
Oh my god, a little smile fucking gets me every day. Especially every time he plays in my hair. Love it.
Little things like that.
I'm like, play my hair. He'd be like, no, I'm like, play my hair. That's all you can do.
It'd be the little thing. When was the first time in your life that you said I love you to somebody? To somebody.
I'm a love bug, so I was like 13. I moved my vagina.
This is a good example here, and I want to ask you about that. Love. Have you ever experienced love through all this?
Yeah, I've had really. My best friend now is in love with me. He wants to be with me. I know he's probably watching that too. Fuck you, Milton. But. That nigga loves me to death. He's a perfect, ideal boyfriend. He's there for me in every way that I need him to be there, but he's too old.
What do you mean?
Unfortunately, he's 51. I can't be with a 51. I'm 32. I'm not doing that. He's my ex.
You still could be a grandparent at 30 years old. He could be a grandparent.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, they have stats that say that if you date older, you'll die younger as an younger person, and if you date younger as an old person, you'll die older as an old person. So, for example, yeah, these are facts. You can look it up. So, for example, let's say that you date somebody younger than you. As the old person, you'll gain more years. As the young person, you'll actually lose some. So it's like I consider that too. Like I don't want to be melted down into stability right fucking now. I'm 32. I got a long way to go and many niggas to choose from. I don't need to settle down right this instant. You know what I'm saying? He still pisses me off on occasion. Like almost every day he pisses me off. He's not ideal for me. I can't be with a man that pisses me off.
Did you ever fuck him?
That's my ex, yeah. The 51, yeah. I was losing the whole. We almost got engaged. So he gave me a promise ring.
Y'all were together, but you can't be with him. You're saying, I got you. Okay, so
I'm very particular because of my temper. I have to be very specific about who I choose because it's going to be a lifelong partner, and I'm very explosive. So I need to know you're not leaving me.
Okay, so now you know that there's a mode of mental illness, anxiety because he's older and it may cut your life shorter.
Yeah, to an extent, I just feel like it'll bore my life. It'll just bore my life out because you already experienced life. You don't want to go outside anymore. You're already 50, ready to settle down. You're ready to fucking have a Christmas tree up. I'm ready to do the same, but I'm still explosive. I still have a lot of things that I need to learn. I still have a lot of things that I need to explore and learn about myself.
All right, so
you can be 30 and not know yourself. I'm just now getting to know me on a level I've never known myself before. You know what I'm saying? Letting go of my ex that I dealt with for 3 years over that abortion was huge for me. I have my tattoo right here. You know what I'm saying? That's a tattoo of the baby. That baby meant a lot to me. I was 3 months into the pregnancy. That baby wasn't just, I was almost keeping it. And then I couldn't get the coverage for it. They wanted like $1,000 for the abortion. Abortions was like almost impossible during that time to get because of all the policies they had changed. I finally found a program that didn't take United Healthcare, but accepted Medicaid. So I took the Medicaid and that's what covered my abortion. And I was finally able to, I went to the Bronx looking for an abortion clinic. They over here talking about, can we get you to an alternative program where you keep the baby? When I went to go get my abortion, there was a fucking abortion person standing there talking about save Jesus' children and just making me feel bad about my decision. But can you imagine if I would have kept that child with him? I would have been me getting choked out with him and his baby.
A protester said that?
Yeah, posted right in front of the abortion clinic. She was like, you know, and she gave me rosemary beads and a piece of paper and was like, save the baby right before my abortion.
Damn. Oh,
can you imagine how uncomfortable that is? But this nigga choked me. He's capable of choking me. If I would have kept that baby, today would be a lot worse for me. So I don't regret that abortion. And that's one of his biggest things with me is I don't regret that abortion. And he hates that because I always say it. I'll abort over and over again, my nigga. Because for the kind of nigga that you are, I had 3 abortions with him. I never learned my lesson with him. You know what I'm saying? But it was like after he choked me, that was my lesson. That was more than enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm get my cup. Because I don't tolerate niggas putting their hands on me. That's one thing I don't tolerate. Like, it may look like I do, but I really don't. You put your hand, nigga, you touch me, and I'm pissed with you. Like, I don't give a fuck if I did anything to you. Don't touch me, nigga. You're a man.
I was picking up some male worship and shit there, but I guess
that's what I'm saying, and I'm so far from that. You have no idea. Like, I mean, I'm a good person, and I love you to death, so it may look like worship, but when it comes down to the real matter of whether or not you're gonna be putting your hands on me, that's not a question, my nigga. You're not. And as a matter of fact, now you can hit the road, go back to the streets where you came from. I don't give a fuck whether you get arrested or locked up anymore. Because then the day you choked me, my nigga. You didn't give a fuck to spare my life. The only reason why he let go of my neck is because he heard my son crying.
Oh my God, your son seen it?
He heard it. He didn't see it. He heard it. He heard that all of it. He told me that all he heard was him laughing. Because I asked him after he left, I was like, what did you hear? He was like, all I heard was him laughing and I heard you choking. And I was like, all right.
This happened in that same house there?
Huh?
Happened in that same house there? Where did you at?
Yeah, it happened. I'll show you exactly where it happened. It happened right over here. In this spot where my drying rack is at. He choked me. We started off right here. This is the house, right? So this is just the entryway. So we started right here. I had my hand in his face. Then he took me back and literally slammed me from that distance all the way back into the wall. And that's how I got my concussion. He banged my head.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I get that I'm aggressive, but like I said, in that particular situation, that was a reflection of his character, and I can no longer hide that. You're a dickhead. I can't hide that no more. Like, I tried to defend you my whole life, but I can't defend you no more. Like, it was foul, my nigga.
Why you didn't pull out a knife?
Huh? Because at the end of the day, my nigga, my son is right there. And he left. After he choked me, I walked away from him and went to my room to comfort my son. By the time I got back out, he was already gone.
Would you have shot him?
If I had a gun, yeah, that's why I don't have a gun. That's why I don't have no weapons, because I will use it. That's the issue with me.
Man. Now, let me ask you, you said with all these medications, do you still get aroused to make love to a man?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, especially with Adderall. That should make you want to fuck for real. But
fuck or like, make love? Which one is it?
I mean, to love, but I don't even make love. I don't even remember the last time I made love, to be honest with you. Like,
just fucking it.
Yeah, we just be fucking. Like, I feel like sex isn't really, you can't really make love out of sex. Like, love is how you feel about the person and how they make you feel within yourself outside of sex. I feel like love and sex is so separate.
It is.
Like, it's so separate. Like, you can't really put the two together. Like, because you can try to make love all you want, but really it's not about how you making love to the person. Unless you're making love to them after someone died. That's the kind of love situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, it's gonna be all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if on a regular day to make love to me, it's like, what did I do to deserve it? You know what I'm saying? What did I make good dinner tonight? Like, nigga, talk to me nice. Like,
who taught you how to love? How to love?
My mom.
Okay.
She was the best person ever. She was the sweetest angel. When I used to have friends over, she used to bring them fruits on a golden platter. Every day I came home, I had gifts on my bed. She was the most phenomenal mother. And although she struggled and although she choked me too. But I never hit her because she's my mother. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. I have loyalty. Like, I will never hit my mom. My mom used to choke me the fuck out. She used to fuck my dad up out his sleep because she was schizophrenic. She would just have visions and she'd fucking chase them, nigga. And one of the visions was to choke me. So I got choked out. I just restrained her and I left the house because I'm not going to hit my own mom.
Moms, I need you to do me a favor. Please send me those articles with your mother. The people want to know. We're gonna have to have a lot of people have a lot of questions. Are you willing to come back? And I want to know right off the rip.
Yeah.
Do you feel we cleared the air?
Yeah, we did. I feel like you looked at it from a very mature perspective, and that's what I was looking for. I wasn't, because I tried to talk to Diallo, but Diallo just kept saying you can't be mad at me because it's his perspective. But I'm like, but you're still. And then I told him that he chopped it up, and he was like, no, I did it. Now you're bugging. And it was like the retaliation, the arguing, the back and forth shit. I'm not with all that. Because at the end of the day, you did chop it out. You can't say you did. You chopped it out, my nigga. You chopped that shit out. And that was manipulation to when somebody says what they say in their testimony, you can't pick and choose their testimony for them.
Look at it this way. The good thing is he chopped it out, but at least you spoke about it on here today.
That's why I came up. That's why I came out. I came out to clear the air. I'm like, nigga, y'all not going to put me in that light. That's the wrong person. I keep saying that. I don't think it's the wrong situation. I think those situations do exist where that is the ideal relationship where bitches get hit, come back with an apology. I get all that, but it's just that's not me. And I feel like my face was used as that interview when that's the wrong face. Like
I think you know, you got something real. I'm gonna talk to you off the air in a minute. You got something real special here to talk about because I feel that the average person struggles with this, whether it's something they're going through or somebody that they know, and everybody just sweeps it off as if they're just having a bad day. And I think it's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that.
It is.
It always is, you know, and I think that's why to judge people so broadly, you should never try not to do that only because you really can't. You really don't know. Like, for example, like for stats, let's say I'm a sociology major. I'm a year away from my bachelor's degree. Wow. We had to do a survey. When I went to Buffalo State, when I was younger, we had to do a survey. So I had to go around the whole campus asking surveys. Do you know how hard it is to create a survey from being unbiased and not manipulative? You know how hard it is to create that? Because no matter how you create the questions, you're still manipulating an answer. You know what I'm saying? So even with statistics and studies with facts, I only use statistics and studies because that's what the world wants to hear. But realistically, I don't believe in statistics and facts because they're all biased. Based on who you're asking, where you ask, what gender you ask, what age you ask, what time you ask.
It is biased.
You know, like everything matters. Everything is always going to be biased. It is your key.
But how you going to trust anybody if everything's biased? Like the reality is that
you can't.
Okay, are you
That's the idea. You can't.
Are you and Diallo still cool though?
As of today, no. I'm done with that nigga. Like, that nigga he could suck a dick because that was wrong. You literally dead ass chopped out the most important factor to my testimony. And then when I tried to confront you about it, you told me I'm bugging. And I hate when people try to do reverse psychology, and I hate when people try to turn it on me because I'm already crazy. So when you say bugging for me is a trigger word because it's like, I bug. Trust me when I say that. But trust me when I say this is not a bugging moment.
You may be crazy, but you ain't stupid.
I'm not stupid. You know, you chopped it out. You can't say you didn't. I specifically said what I said. You chopped it out. You manipulated it. You can't say you didn't. Even if the questions, you can defend the questions and I'll let it slide, but you cannot manipulate the fact that he chopped it out. That's manipulation that's a manipulation on somebody's testimony. You can't pick and choose what they say. In that case, don't have them on your show.
Where did y'all do that at?
No, nothing, nigga. I came to the podcast. We spoke and I left. He sent me on the cab home. I left. Yeah.
You did this in Brooklyn or up there?
Brooklyn, right in front of his crib. I just pulled up. I came from Rochester because my dad's wedding was happening that day. After the wedding, I left the wedding. I went home prepared to go talk to him. I went to go see him. We talked and I left. That was it. There was no, and I liked him. I really thought good of Diallo. I kind of had a crush on him. And I was like, I was mad you blew me up. But then I was like, after today, it doesn't even matter because it's not true either. Because now I really don't like this nigga because you manipulated the topic. You manipulated it. You chose to see what you chose to see in it. And you didn't choose to see any light in it. All you did was just highlight the negatives. At no point did I get an applause for my strength, for what I had to overcome, for being one in a million who actually take their medication and take care of themselves, who actually have a 4-bedroom, who actually takes care of her child, who has these kittens that I raised and brought up. That is a single mother cat. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of responsibilities. And to have to take time out of my day, it's a school night. This is the school. I haven't done homework with him yet. I got some homework with him after this.
I waited for the 2 hours, but I said, we're going to talk off the hour. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, just give Angie a round of applause for this, man.
Thank you. I'm always proud.
Are you coming back?
Yeah, we'll come back. We could do it again. Yeah, okay. Mental health is a topic I would love to talk about.
Well, this is just as a charm school. We need you to stick on that mental health. We need to stick on all of your transparencies, things that you had to do, things that you didn't want to do. They were forced to do things that you didn't want to do that you had to do. You know what I mean? Right. So we're going to be back here, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a resolution of how you could clear things up because we was bringing the smoke at first, but we was talking about shit.
I definitely was. I was blacking on both of them since like the day it started. Like, you better get the original version too, motherfucker.
We was like, when we pulled up, we was like, yeah, what's up? Right?
Yeah, I was ready. I was like, yo, what up? I'm over y'all. Like, I'm so over y'all already.
I respect that. You know what? I respect you as a woman even more so because a lot of people wouldn't have did what you did.
Yeah, I know.
You pulled up on me. You talked in the comment. I dropped the email. You emailed me immediately. You stuck with your day. You stuck with the time. You stuck with everything. So I respect that, and I think God works in mysterious ways, and I feel that you have a lot to bring to this school.
Yeah.
Even with everything that you're going through, a lot of people are going through it. So I feel that now if people see that you are able to be that expressive without the tone of, yo, let me get a Instagram. We ain't even giving no Instagrams here. If you got to get in touch with her, you got to get in touch with me. Don't even give up. No, I think
Right.
but we're not doing all that because we ain't trying to connect you. We just trying to, we'll talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
give a round of applause, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And me and her's going to talk real quick while y'all talk, all right? So we offline right now.